of Scottish. I don't know. That's up to you. You're the man. You're the man who's picked the first Scotland character. You decide.
No, you have to do a Scottish accent.
No, I literally.
Oh, yeah, don't let it.
Will can attest the amount of effort I tried to put in trying to teach myself a Scottish accent, and I just couldn't do it. So he will have this voice.
Fair enough. And you also get to pick a background. So when you were living in Scotland, or possibly even now, what did you kind of do before you joined up with this gang to be a thief? Academia, general labor, law, trade, military, noble, or generally were already a criminal and just have moved into a different part of the criminal underground.
I'll go military.
Okay. So a Scotland soldier.
Oh, I pressed a button and I don't know what it's done. Windows 10, why?
Well, welcome, Backstabber.
You also get to pick a dot for another skill based upon your background. So, no skill can be higher than 2, so you can't take your Tinker up by 1. So you have points in both Tinker and Wreck, where Tinker is the making of things and Wrecking is the taking apart of things using science.
Cool.
So you get to put 1 based upon your military background could give you 1 in, for instance, Skirmish is the fighting people skill. Just so you guys know, when you want to do a thing, you roll one of these actions, and to roll them, you roll a number of d6 equal to the number of dots in a skill you have, and then on top of that, we can make some, like, maybe you get one more or 1 less because of bad circumstances or things like that. And then we take the best dice result, and that affects how well everything or badly everything goes for you.
I will take Skirmish as my additional point.
Okay. Okay. So. Oh, actually, so apparently it's so your heritage gives you 1 point, and then your background gives you another point. So, if your skirmish is from your military background, then you get 1 from being a Scovlan person. So something appropriate to be a guy living out in the cold mountainous wild. And there being a lot of war around there, so apparently there's a very large. They've been at war for a long ass time.
I'll go with Prowl.
So you're sneaky.
That's kind of like
Yeah. Prowl is your sneaky one. Cool, yeah. And then you get to assign 2 more just for the lulls. So
cool. I'll take another one in Tinker and another one in Skirmish.
Okay, so Skirmish up to 2, and your Tinker's up to 2.
Tinker's up to 3 because it starts at 2.
You can't raise it up to beyond 2.
Shit. I'll take Wreck to
2.
To 2.
Okay. I think I've cheated you out of skill points. Well, I feel bad.
I don't care.
Yeah, if you look at, I won't go through all these now, but you have items, both in the grey box, which are things specific to the leech.
Yeah.
And then on the right hand side, you have a bunch of other ones. There's things specific to the leech, and the other ones are general. You own all these things, but what you bring with you on a mission is up to you. There's also a thing of a light, normal, and heavy load. And basically, each box you check, unless the word is in italics, counts as 1. And it just the light is you're basically unnoticeable carrying that much stuff. You just look like a normal person. Normal is you're ready for trouble, but you're not like. You look a bit like a scoundrel, but you don't necessarily look out of place. And then heavy is like, I am going somewhere to cause issues.
Okay.
Yes. Cool. So I don't necessarily go too much into specifics with it, but just be aware if you're saying in the heist that, like, I have all this junk, I'm like, okay, so you've evidently come loaded for bear.
When it says a heavy, like, what kind of tech exists in this world?
So this is, we're kind of at the level of, it's 1800s, so not, I would compare it to...
A heavy weapon is not a machine gun, then?
No, that's I think those sorts of weapons are usually, because you can, I think rifles are generally reserved for the Hound. You have a fine, you could possibly take a long rifle, but they have, they get fine long rifles that make them do more damage with it. So possibly a rifle, or just fucking big-ass hammer.
Have a cannon. Wheel
A
a
cannon might be slightly tricky to carry around. I'd say you probably hit heavy just from a cannon. So, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's my light loadout. I'll just walk in with a cannon.
Just walking with a cannon.
Cool.
Like, what
Yeah, I get it. Do I need to select anything else?
There are 2 more things, and then I'll leave you to work out what your name is and what you look like and stuff like that, and we'll get to that when we whip round at the end. So you have the Deadly Friends box. Within there, you've got to pick one person who is your, like, you know all these people tangentially, just as, like, contacts you've made in your life.
Yep.
But one of these people is a good friend of yours, and one of these people is a rival of yours. So,
Okay.
yeah, from...
I'll have Stasia, the apothecary, will be my rival.
Okay.
I'm gonna say they, unless you want to decide something. But I was gonna say maybe they were in the military with me and we trained together. We were always kind of had this kind of back and forth. We were trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, and then I guess did you desert or did you abandon something and left them kind of just high and dry and they aren't necessarily happy with you about it? So
I'd say he probably didn't desert. He probably just kind of decided he was done and
I'm done
discharged himself. And my friend will be Melissa, a priestess, who also is like my like a kind of chaplain in the Scotland army.
Okay.
And she was kind of my confidant. Told her a lot of things.
Okay. Cool. Right. So yes, the final thing to pick is your vice. So this is how you unwind. These are the things that you're kind of addicted to. Yeah, as we've said, Caro, Will's character, is a gambling addict, basically. And as he's gotten more and more traumatized and his vices increase more and more, he's going from gambling coin to gambling his life, taking larger risks and probably bigger payouts. But
yeah.
Can this be anything, or is there a list?
There is a list, but they're pretty general. So there's they're just under the heritage background thing. You've got charity, collection, drink, drugs, faith, gambling, isolation, lovers, luxuries, obligation, pain, and weird. Don't really know how obligation works, so you kind of unless you've got a very clear idea.
I'll go with charity or lovers. Which one? Lovers would be a funny one.
Do you have to give your spoils away to?
Thank you, writing Unicorn Soup for the £1 donation. Just sharing is caring. It is. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very generous.
I'll go with lovers.
Lovers. All right.
So, yep, that'll be fun. That'll be a good one to roleplay.
Yeah. So okay, I've got some interesting ones for you then. Cool. Yes.
Oh,
so
good.
in the middle you have assorted names, family names. Those are the kinds of things. If you have something better, do for free. And then looks, including like the kind of stuff you wear. If you want to have a look through that, we'll get back to you after we go through Jamie's mechanics. So yes, Jamie, what's your character going to be?
As I was having a look, and the only 2 that really jumped out at me were the Hound and the Whisper, and I believe Will's already a Lisper, so
I'm a Lisper. I have a lisp. I'm a Whisper. I'm a Whisper.
Shut up! So I guess I'm taking Hound.
Okay.
So hopefully you can just guide me through this.
Okay, so the first thing you have to pick, if you look at the Hound page, there's the special abilities chunk. Pick one from those special abilities.
You only get one?
You only get one to start with. As you level up, you get more.
Sad times. Oh, yeah, I was going to ask, like, the pet that you get, like, how proficient...
Why do you always ask me about
No, it's not that,
every
no, because
Hound
I can
player?
only have one. I'm not gonna choose it as my starting one, but I just was interested, like, how far you can take that.
Well, when Chip was playing, she had a demon pterodactyl that flew above areas, and because she then took Mind Link with it, she used it to scout things. There was a long argument whether or not she could have a dragon. A dragon isn't exactly suitable for a bunch of cat burglars. Maybe just think about that for like 20 seconds. This world is not so much traditional fantasy as it is like warped humanity. Creatures, the the really creepy stuff, especially one imbued with spirit energy, tend to be a little. To be fair, you do actually have a pet anyway, so that would be a normal animal, like a dog or a bird or something like that. This one is one that has ghostly stuff attached to it.
Okay. Can you teach pets to actually use weapons?
With a lot of time.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want to flavor it as like my dog has, you're like fucking it's MGS5 and you've got a D-Dog, and he like pulls the knife out and leaps at people like it's a Kami, then I'm sure as it's a one-shot we can roll with that, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just going to go for sharpshooter to start with.
For precision and long-range shooting, you can quickly draw and reload your weapons, your range attacks gain potency. Cool. Yeah. So... got pistols and such. Okay, yes. So you start with 2 points of hunt and 1 point of survey. So skirmish is up close fighting with swords and daggers, whereas I think hunt is supposed to be kind of. Oh no, so hunt a target, gather information about location and movements, attack with precision fire from a distance. So that is the sniper skill. So yes, you get to pick a heritage. So again, that was on page. Which page was that? 41 is the nations. So a heritage, and then an action point related, so another skill point related to your heritage, and then a background.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a heritage.
Oh yeah, so those are on 41, and then the backgrounds are all just on the character sheet.
Page numbers are not showing. This is not good.
There's a little thing at the top, which says 41, but just scroll down to the very bottom and then go up twice.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, found it. 41. Come on. 41. Worldwide, so Chorus, Cerberus.
Yeah. So we've currently got an ex-nobleman or disgraced nobleman from Akros, and a grizzled soldier and combat medic from the wilds of Scoven.
I'm gonna go for Cerberus.
Severos. Outside, some native Severosi still live in tribes, scavenging the Deathlands on their ghost-hunting horses. Pretty BA. Cool. Okay, so you get to pick a point. So if you look at the skills and stuff, you get to pick one based upon being from that land. So if you can find a way to justify it to me.
The skills under Hound.
Yeah, if you look at Hound, and then to the right of the grey box, there's underneath Insight, Prowess, and Resolve, there's 4 skills each. Hunt is your ability to snipe things. None of them can go higher than 2. So maybe you're good in a fight and you have Skirmish because you were a hunter, or a Prowl, so would fit with the hunter kind of thing. Depends, yeah. You live in that, lived there. What did that do for you?
Still trying to find skills. I'm really not with it.
On the Hound page? You back there?
On the what page?
On your Hound character sheet page.
Yeah, I'm looking. Special abilities.
Yeah. Look, just to the right, special abilities. You got Hunt, Study, Survey, Tinker, Finesse, Prowl, Skirmish, Rat, and the dots next to them.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Whoop.
So I can just choose one of those and then justify it.
Yeah, choose one of those and justify it. But you learnt it because of where you're from.
Okay.
You also have to pick a background from academic, labor, law, trade, military, noble, or underworld, and you get a skill point based upon that as well.
Okay. What's finesse like into context of the game?
It's so finesse an item from someone's pocket, employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand, handle a vehicle or a mount. So if you rode horses, finesse is the skill. If you were one of these ghost horse riders, that would work. Okay.
And in context, skirmish as well.
Skirmish is skirmish with an opponent in close combat, assault or defender position, brawl and wrestle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go finesse.
Okay. Cool. So that's a finesse of 1 then, and yes, then pick a background from academic, labor, law, trade, military, noble, or underworld. So what were you? produce this expert murderer, essentially. Because you are basically a slave.
I'm going to go with trade.
Trade, okay. And what skill would you take a point in based upon your knowledge of trade? Can you sway people into getting a good deal for yourself, or were you more like the guy who used to sail stuff around on the ships on the Great Black Sea? So maybe
I think it was more. I think it was more mercenary escort.
Okay. So
Somewhere along that sort of line. So not so much involved, but has picked up enough about different bits and pieces here and there.
So would that be so maybe skirmish, for you can fight people on the deck of ships? Because a lot of trade is done by sea generally. So maybe you're like
I'd say it's that or prowl.
Okay. Well, do you? Either or.
Go prowl.
Okay. And then because I'm right, I want to get started. What were the last things? Yes, you need. Oh, same thing with the items. Obviously, you've got that big long list there, so you've got a really nice rifle, all that jazz. Pick a friend and an enemy, just very quickly from that little list below the special abilities.
A friend and an enemy. I'm gonna say.
I realize some of these are probably already used.
Belarus, the spy.
Which weirdly puts you in contact with Chip's old character. The items thing, you own all of those. Yeah, she was friends with him too. Don't worry about too much.
And I own all of these items.
You own them all. It's just what you take in with you. Don't think about that too much at the moment. We'll kind of gloss over that for the sake of one shot. Yeah, which one of these is your enemy from that list as well, just so I know.
That list.
I mean, there's a Steiner on there. I feel that's almost destined.
I know. I almost picked Steiner over Belarus. I thought, it's too cliche. I'm going to say Castor.
So you wanted in some way?
Friendly ghost.
Castor the friendly ghost. All right, one last thing before we jump into it, and obviously we get names, is what is your vice? If you look up at the top left of the page, under heritage and background, there's a list of vices. Yeah. What is the thing that always gets your character into trouble? What can't they resist? How do they de-stress? That sort of stuff.
Drink.
That was easy. Cool.
Well, I just thought,
I feel there's some projection. Some projection right there.
Not cool. Projection. I don't do that.
I'll let you think about this one. You have 2 more points to assign while we just get names from everyone, things like that. You have 2 points to assign in the skills, just for any skill. You can't raise anything past 2. So you can't put any more in hunt or anything like that. So yeah. Just think about what you want. Yeah, you put them in any skill you fancy. If you want to know what the skills are, if you look up, just go up 2 pages. There's a bunch of the actions. That's what they all do. Cool. All right. And then, okay. So final questions for both of you guys. Your names, please.
Mordred.
Mordred. And you, James, what is the name of your witch doctor?
My character, I have named him Donver Black.
Donver Black. All right. Cool. Yes, and then I have the last question before we jump into things that we really need to cover. We'll keep the Ghost Echoes ability hanging around from our last time, but has this new team got a new name? Now,
55,000.
We were the Angry Cocks, aren't we?
You were the Angry Cocks, but 3 of the 4 Angry Cocks are undisposed, and the last one was smuggled out.
It's just the Angry Cock. I'm just the Angry Cock.
The Angry Cock plus 2.
Yeah. Or the Vexed Boatman. As a play on. No, that's just me.
The Vexed Poultry. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yes. Does this new little formed team have a new name, or are you waiting for a good moment to find one?
I don't know.
Fair. If you guys don't know, then maybe you'll.
I mean, I've gone with the angry cock.
I'm
I
happy
would.
with the angry cock.
I would
the
suggest
angry
that.
cocks are being resurrected. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
keep that then. Yeah.
Neo angry cocks.
So, yeah, we pick up and yeah. So, Caro, you've been kind of gambling away the last bits of your money for the last few.
Yes,
years.
yes.
And you bumped into an old friend of yours. It's from back in your noble days, or at least someone who you kind of got along with, and you had a few drinks and played a few games of dice, and he was telling you, because he knows that you and Skurlock didn't get along, but maybe that's why you're not widely regarded well in noble circles anymore, is because you and Skurlock got into a rather public disagreement, and him being a very wealthy and influential man basically just discredited you as a weirdo and a creep. But he So he was telling you all about that this that your old friend Skurlock is throwing a big party sometime soon. Big masquerade ball's going to happen, and he's supposed to also be unveiling some art piece or something. It's like everyone was really excited. It's gonna be. Apparently, it's very valuable. You should totally come. Be cool to have you back at court, man. There was no one as fun as you around anymore. I'm just gonna have a little snooze.
Okay, I suppose I'll go when where. RSVP or.
Yeah, he gives you. I think you have to kind of wake him up, but he tells you, yeah, it's gonna be at Skurlock Manor on the edge of the city in 3 days' time. Kind of arrive in the evening. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't exactly have an invite. He's just drunk and saying you should turn up.
Yeah. I guess I do. Like, I end up next.
Yeah, so, I mean, he says, yeah, it's a big fancy art piece going to be on supply. And yeah, your night winds down. And I guess that we'll pick into the action as you're wandering back to wherever it is you're living with your two new associates, the new lair of the angry cocks.
Indeed, the angry. I think it's just the angry cock because I'm the OG.
Yeah, so wandering in the kind of like darkened streets of Duskwall and back into the maze of the Crow's Foot, the like green lightning clouds and storm have been subsiding for the last few days. The spirit wardens have been slowly pushing the that back into its little box. And silencing the like howling ghosts that were audible even to normal people. Yeah. So, where are you lot hiding out nowadays? Where's Caro found a new place?
Yeah, Caro's found like a garage and like converted it for like a. It's like we had a band and then we decided to to like form this group. We're playing in the garage for ages.
So your buddy Flint like not only rescued you, but then his like carriage house outside has been like cleared out, and there's just like 3 beds and you lot are sleeping in there. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah. So he returns from his night out on the town and throwing his money away. And how does he find? What are you two up to, back at home base? Was it Donver and Mordred? How
probably doing some alchemical stuff. He's got like a little setup of glass equipment. He's just kind of pouring a thing, holding it at a distance and watching it.
Just like
pouring it into another.
Don't explode! Don't explode! Okay. Yeah. And yeah, Mordred, are you there? Just
Observing.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Cleaning your rifle, waiting for something to go wrong. Cool.
Or do I have a rifle or do I have pistols? I thought I had a pair of pistols.
You have both, I believe. You have a fine pair of pistols, a fine long rifle, some electroplasmic ammunition. Electroplasmic ammunition for when you want to shoot ghosts.
Yeah, let's just say I've dismantled my pistols and I'm just oiling and greasing them and reassembling. That sort of thing. Just maintenance.
Basic weapon maintenance, make sure things are all working right. Cool. Okay, yeah, so you return to this little scene, Caro, and yeah. What do you do? Say.
Yeah, I stumble back in. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hello. Hi. Yeah. Warm welcome as ever for the Angry Cock.
I did speak. I just had to say, yeah, I just say, oh, have a good night.
Well, I've found an opportunity, you see. I'm going to go to a party, and I wondered if you'd like to come with me to this party. I didn't ask for a +1, so I'll bring 2.
Yeah.
There'll be booze at this party, yeah?
Oh, yes.
I'm in.
I'm not going to mention, also, we may steal a fancy art piece.
Yeah,
from an old enemy of mine.
Yeah, he's like...
Mordred goes along with the get along, you know.
Yeah.
He sees his opportunities as they come,
Yeah.
as long as he knows there's going to be something for him.
He's like, there's also a small matter of an arch enemy of mine whose piece of art we're going to steal whilst we're there.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Yes. Yes, it is. So... Put that.
Went all down. Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. I'm in.
good stuff. I guess the first... So, this is where the kind of mechanics of Blades in the Dark start to draw into things a bit. So, if I draw your attention to, I believe it's page 22, not 22. God damn thing is it? I've lost the page. Page 15 of the PDF is the planning thing. So this is how it's like, if the plan is we're going to go in and we're going to rob this guy of his fancy art piece, you then have a choice of 6 plans or rough outlines of how you're going to do it. There's assault, which is like you go in and you beat the shit out of them and you take their stuff. There's deception, infiltration, which is sneaking in, occult, which is using ghost powers to get in or something along those lines, social, which is kind of talking your way in, and finally transport, which is you intend to move something from place to place, doesn't really apply that strongly. Basically, the way we do this very quickly is you pick a plan, you supply me a detail on how you do it. So, for instance, it might be social, and the detail might be we're going to go steal invites from some guests we know are invited, and then we'll start with that, and we'll move into you guys getting into the party. That's how you pick it. And then the other thing that you may wish to read just very quickly is the section on flashbacks, just on the bottom right of that page, which is, we don't really bother to spend time on plans past, like, okay, we're gonna just talk our way in by saying we're on the guest list, and then we just start. And I'll roll some dice, and we'll see how well that's going for you, and depending how well it is going for you, you just might be in there already, and everything might be great. But when you say, like, for instance, halfway down through the thing, you're like, okay, we need to escape now that we've got the loot. And it's like, okay, I had already set it up such that a friend of mine is waiting to launch a harpoon with a rope on it through the window so that we can rappel to safety. And that's when you use a flashback, you spend some stress, and they're waiting there, or not, depending upon the results of some rolls. So yeah. Cool. How do you plan to get into this party and then find his safe, I suppose? What's the rough outline of this?
Assault, I'd say.
So you're going to go full Joker in the Dark Knight and just wander into to Scarelock's party and be like, blow a hole in the ceiling.
Just walk in, start shooting people.
Well, last time we did that, it didn't go too well.
Well, second time lucky, I say.
It's not
We know you can get out of that situation.
I start rummaging in a box.
Caro, how much have you told these two about the whole you leveling a small portion of the town?
Yeah, I've pretty told him everything.
Okay, yeah, so you guys both know that he unleashed an ungodly maelstrom of ghost horrors onto, like, a portion of the town that then leveled it with hailstones the size of your average dog.
Yeah, that doesn't faze me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you probably wouldn't think Caro's telling the truth because he's a fat dude who doesn't know, seems like a moron half the time. Cool. So the plan is to just direct assault. Yeah, so are you just gonna... I guess the detail they ask for is the point of attack. Are you literally just going to wander through the front gates?
Walk in the front door.
Okay.
Walk in the front door, shoot the guards.
There
shoot
might
everyone-
be
shoot
there might
everyone
be
that
a
moves.
back entrance we could use to our advantage. Get to
Um,
the art piece quicker. We're not here to kill people. We're here to steal the art.
People are in the way though.
Well, yes, but they don't have to be. If we could find an entrance which meant that we get to the art quicker, less people in our way, that would be ideal. It's
You
stupid to go through the front door.
Also, be much more fun.
No.
No, I disagree.
I am the angry cock here, and I say no.
Certainly one part of that.
I am angry.
Why don't we just socialize our way in? Two of us socialize our way in there.
And
Third
you-
person
yes.
comes in with weapons, and we go from there.
Yes, you can be backup. You know. He says to whatever your character's called.
Mordred.
Fine.
James is sorry.
Dom.
Donver.
Deb.
Yeah.
Dolphin.
Me and Mordred are more intellectual characters. We can
Socialize.
socialize,
We
whereas
could
you
possibly talk to someone without blowing a hole in their
Yeah.
face.
whereas you, well, we'll bring in you when we need the fighting.
I'll wait in the carriage with the guns.
Do we have a carriage? Oh, good.
You guys have some coin to throw around. You could probably rent a
I
carriage.
was just to say we could steal one.
Yeah. So the question then is if you're gonna go in, how are you getting invitations?
I've already been invited.
Well, a friend of yours was like, "You should come." I'm a bit drunk.
That's all I need.
To get invitations, just wait round the corner or a couple of streets down for some noble-looking types to be coming along in a carriage with their invitations. Hold them up, take the carriage, take the invitations. Nice and quick, nice and quiet.
Yeah, it works for
and
me.
we're in.
I'll let you do that.
Do that.
Okay.
So I take it for the sake of loadout, those two are going to have light loadouts, and I'm going to have heavy.
Yeah, you can have like I guess some stuff like kind of lying in the back, waiting to. So like a few like maybe their swords or something along those lines, in like a bag that you'll have ready to bring in. So yeah, well then I guess if that's you're happy with that base setup, there's probably some more of like you find like a blueprint of Skerlock Manor, and you do actual some like okay, this is probably where the safe is, blah, 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 and you guys have a chat about things like
Feelings.
escape plans, contingencies, that sort of thing. You are professional thieves.
Yes,
Jamie, I'm getting a bit of feedback off your mic.
Probably your fan again, mate.
I think it might be a fan.
Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of skip over that, and if we feel a particular need to bring it up again, you can use flashbacks to touch on that. Those flashbacks can also be like, as it says there, you can roll the flashbacks at the same time in the middle of it. So say, oh yeah, I've already consorted with these people to get me an invitation, or I had finessed some pistols into a thigh holster that couldn't be seen, so I actually still have a weapon. But yes, so you guys will cut forward to a few days later, and you're up in the kind of upmarket part of town, and
I take it.
I guess Caro and Mordred are both dressed kind of nicely, while Donver is loaded for bear. And
So I take it I should like choose my shit.
you can have a look through. I'm kind of, as long as you don't take the piss and keep saying every second moment that you've got like something different. Bear in mind, you can bring as much of the stuff that's written in italics as you possibly want, because that actually doesn't take up weight. But like, as long as you aren't like, yeah, I've got some blades and I've got some throwing knives, also like a couple pistols. Oh yeah, and like a massive hammer. Oh, and I'm wearing armor. My tinkering tools as well, and all that, like, because that's such a piss. But it's, yeah, if you're saying yeah, I'm loaded up, I'm obviously got shit ready for a fight. I'm not gonna take the piss. So yeah, we'll gloss over little things like that because it makes the flow go easier. Yeah, so you're like waiting around a corner and there's a carriage lumbering up the hill towards Skerlock Manor, in front of you. What do you do, team?
Well, do we have our invitations at this point?
I imagine-
So you're about to acquire those.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I imagine we're waiting like an alleyway that's off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as the carriage is just coming in line with it, I step out onto the carriage and just put my sword through the throat of the driver.
Okay. Give me. So we'll roll your skirmish, I think, for that one. So would make the most sense. So you have a skirmish of 2.
So I roll 2d6.
You will roll 2d6. So here's the thing of so you get 1 dice for every action dot. You can then push yourself for 2 stress. So when you really want to do well, you can.
When does stress become a problem? Like, how much stress do I need to acquire before I'm
At 8 stress, you pass out.
cool? But does anything happen between now and then?
No, at 8 stress, you pass out. You gain trauma till the end of the mission. You gain a trauma point, and then your stress resets. At 4 trauma, you can't do anything else. But yeah, you can use up stress. Using up stress is wise, but do bear in mind that, like, if, say, you get stabbed, you can resist the worst parts of being stabbed by taking a bunch of stress. So maybe isn't the thing you just want to use up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push it yet. I don't think.
Yes. You also have a thing of there's you can lead team actions. So in this, you have one person who's on point, and your other members back you up, and they all roll as well. They can then help you out by taking a bit of stress themselves. And finally, there's a devil's bargain. So this is a thing we can all do. If anyone thinks of a good idea for something bad that might happen in the future, you can take that and get an extra dice to roll. Independently of if you succeed, fail, or whatever, that consequence still happens, though. I'm trying to think of a good one to give as an example.
Like, for example, if I wanted to say, okay, when Caro gets shot and I'm healing him, would it be able to make a devil's bargain to do with that, for example?
Yeah, maybe in the lines of like you're trying to, like, Kara's trying to do something with ghosts, and it's like, okay, oh no, here's a good one. If you're like sneaking your way in, and it's like, okay, if you drop something without noticing it, I'll give you an extra dice for getting out if you don't notice you've left obvious evidence of who you are behind.
Cool.
That kind of thing. So yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much a skirmish roll to run up and hit him. So if you aren't going to do anything, not stressing yourself, no devil's bargain, that's just 2d6.
Rolled a 5.
Unfortunately, you actually rolled a 3, because we take the best result.
Oh.
So, you blocked hesitate press on by seizing a daring opportunity. Yeah, so here's the other thing I forgot to actually say before I roll the dice. We assess at the beginning of each whether you're in a dominant, a daring, or a desperate position. Dominant is the safe one, daring is like risky, desperate is you're in a bad state and it's either roll well or die trying. So in this case, I'd say you're probably in dominant. You're completely acting out of surprise. This guy isn't combat trained. You are, that sort of thing. However, on a 1 to 3, you're blocked, you hesitate, or you falter. You can press on by seizing a daring opportunity or withdraw and try a different way. So yeah, I think it's you jump out of the shadows and you like slash at him and he ducks. One of the horses like rears and like starts to kick at you, and you see him going for a weapon. So you can try again, but he's gonna he's ready to fight you now.
I'm gonna go dare. Yeah, I'll go daring, and yeah, just take another swing at him, and I'll push myself for 1.
Okay.
So I take 1 stress.
You take 2 stress by pushing yourself.
Trying to roll in Twitch chat.
It's always useful.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
This has started off as it is going to continue.
So on a 1 to 3, things go badly. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, or you end up in a desperate position.
I do have the armor on, just as I've specifically done an item of the stuff I'm carrying.
Okay.
So I did put heavy armor on that.
Yeah. So. He's not got anything fancy, so his knife like skitters across your chest, but the door crashes open and a guy jumps out with a like holding like a blunderbuss, and he you hear like some more action in the back of it, and this guy levels the blunderbuss at you, ready to shoot. And yeah, I think backup team. Are either of you guys doing anything?
I'd probably give Mordred a look like, you should probably go out there and help him.
Yeah, I step past Harrow and around around is
Donver.
Donphan.
Donver. Donver.
Donphan. Got it. And
Like Denver.
I've drawn one of my pistols and I just level it in the guy's face who's advancing on Donphan and just squeeze off a couple of shots to the face.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a skirmish as well then. See.
How do I roll that?
So you will roll. Your skirmish is at 1. So you will roll 1d6. You can stress yourself out to push yourself a bit harder and get 2 dice.
I'm going to stress myself for it.
Okay.
So just roll 2d6.
2d6, and we take the best one. Boom! So that was definitely daring. So you're obviously trying to kill him. These are things I should be considering more. I just always forget. So yes, on a daring roll, critical for double sixes, you do it with increased effect. You have very good pistols, so that I think gives you potency, which is basically makes them even better. Oh yeah, and also you're a sharpshooter, so yeah, you just stride up, and I think you walk up next to him. You pull the pistol out of your thing, just shoot this guy without even looking, and the other one's going to try and stab Donver in the face again, and you just pull out a second pistol and shoot him in the face as well. And yeah, you just immediately step up, go, and both of these guys drop to the floor.
Nice.
It took you all of 3 seconds to sort Donver's mess. Good job.
You're welcome.
Well, that went well. And I pick up the corpses, and there's a fence to a garden or something, and I just kind of throw them over the fence.
Yeah, Caro, I think you hear from inside the carriage, obviously one of these guys was a guard, one was a driver. From inside the carriage, you hear some kind of hushed, oh my gods, and probably also Mordred, if you're not helping Donver throw bodies over a short wall, you would hear that as well.
I shout out, "Come on then, let's go to the party."
Yeah, so you poke your head underneath the side of the carriage, and yeah, there's these this kind of a dandy dressed up in his date for the evening, a very fancy dress, kind of staring at you, looking quite scared, and the dandy reaches for his to his hip as you walk in. What do you do?
Shoot him in the face.
Oh, this is Caro ducking his head under
Yeah.
Into the carriage, so it's kind of his reaction straight away.
So this guy's got a gun.
Well, he's going for his hip. He hasn't drawn it yet. Maybe he's got a gun. I think you just see him reaching for his
I duck out.
Nope.
He's got a gun. I back out and point in there. He's got a gun, and then just leave him to.
Get back, you brigands! I won't hesitate to use this.
He's probably go and kill him.
So I've got an unusual weapon. I've got basically a gun that fires darts of terrible Ebola, basically.
God. So yeah, you've got a
Vicious
dart gun
Ebola.
and laced it with your own concoctions.
Yeah, maybe that was what I was making when thinking arrived. And I just stick the gun round the corner and just kind of vaguely blind fire, see if I hear anything.
Yeah. So, fuck's sake. I guess this would be. It's probably still skirmish. It's just just roll me, I guess, 2d6. I'm trying to work out.
Fuck off! I can't roll anything that isn't a 2.
Oh my god, are you actually? Oh my god, you're the worst at this.
You are the worst player.
Yeah, you hear a kind of this woman go, "Ah!" And at point a sharp bang, and the side of the carriage cracks through, and as you get shot in the arm.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, so let me look up exactly how you getting hurt works. So, you suffer harm. Yeah. You're so this is going to suffering harm So you can try to resist this. So you would make an attribute roll and then take 6 stress minus the highest die result. So the attribute used to resist a gunshot would be prowess, which I think you actually have quite good version of that.
I have no prowess at all.
The thing with prowess, it's defined by so how many dots you have.
Oh, so it'd be
on
my
the
2
first row?
skirmish and 1 prowl.
So no, it's actually
Oh.
it's just the first column, but you have 3 of those skills because you have skirmish, prowl, and rep. So you have 3 prowess.
So I roll 3 dice.
So you could
minus
roll
from
3 dice. So you can resist the effect, and then you roll 3 dice and take 6 stress minus the highest result to, like.
Okay. Is there any
Not-
penalty for doing that, or is it just a thing that I
I mean, if
should-
you roll a 1, if you roll 3 ones, you take 5 stress, and you may not do that well on the resistance.
I will resist.
I
I take 4 stress.
Oh my god! Really?
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh my god.
Boys.
Yeah, so. Oh, also, sorry. If you have a type of armor that applies situation, you can mark 1 armor box to reduce or avoid a consequence instead of rolling to resist.
Oh
So-
shit.
You have the kind of armor that, like, you can kind of spend your armor to say,
Now I'll keep
Lol,
my armor
JK,
before
I
my face
don't-
gets blown off.
right. So, my god, you are not good at role playing games.
I am at 6 stress. Yay.
Just yeah, you have
1
2 more
two
stress.
stress
before you
and I
correct.
die.
4, 5, 6.
Can the support step at this point, please?
Yeah, so this thing, like, you manage to, like, you hear the guy, like, yell, bloody hell, and, like, he fires blindly, and it, like, whisks across, and you duck slightly. It takes a chunk out of your shoulder, so you take I think it's lesser harm, which isn't as bad as getting actually shot.
And then
There's,
is that-
there's 3
is that-
layers of harm.
Is
so
that
this-
resisted by the roll?
Yeah, so what you would normally get there for being shot at would be proper harm,
Cool.
which gives you -1 dice to everything you roll. Instead, you get
Shit.
lesser harm, which is, I guess, you kind of say, like, I don't know, you're bleeding slightly, and that gives you reduced effect. It's just, it stings a bit, it's mildly distracting, you're not quite as good at everything as you usually are.
Okay.
God.
Well, it really couldn't be much worse at this point.
Yeah, more, I guess the rest of you can hear him, like, trying desperately to reload. As can you, actually. Like, what do you do in response to he's shot at your friend now?
Mordred just he whispers to Harrow, Harrow or Caro?
Caro.
Caro. Which side of the carriage is the guy standing and sitting out?
Yeah,
Like, is he closest to us, furthest away from us? Where is he in the carriage?
all right. I don't know. Do I know?
I mean, you can indicate, like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
I-
a,
you
it's
took
a
your
little
head,
horse-drawn
you
carriage. You
went-
can just
Yeah.
point at, like, the
I-
side
I
he's
point
on.
to the side he's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with intuition here. I'm going to level both pistols out where I imagine he's going to be standing / crouching, sitting,
Yeah.
whatever, and just fuck off another couple of shots
Nice.
Cool. Give me that skirmish
through
roll.
the carriage door, curtain, whatever.
Okay. Give me that skirmish
What am I
roll.
rolling?
You roll, I guess, actually, this might be your hunt, so you can actually have 2 dice for this, because this isn't, like, up close and personal. You're just specifically going, bang, 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 bang. So, yeah, give me your hunt, which is 2 dice. Oh, dear. So, /R space 2d6. Ooh,
Jamie, you're a fan again. Mate.
bit of fan stuff, man.
There it is.
So many fangirls.
Hold on a sec. I think Problem?
Okay, so you're pretty safe in this position. This is pretty dominant position because he's yeah. So you do it, but there's you've reduced. Yeah, I think you just open fire and you hear kind of like some thuds, and you walk in, and yeah, you've managed to kill them both, but you've put a whole crap ton of holes in your disguise carriage.
Well, I only launched 2 shots.
Well, no, but between, like, the 4 people shooting in here, like, it's covered in blood,
right,
there's,
yeah.
like, holes on either side of it. It looks a little worse for wear. And yeah, you've like coated the insides in blood, but they are both the dandy and his date are dying on the floor of the carriage, alongside also a bunch of poison like darts sticking out of the wall, leaking like acid on the sides. It's just generally a little bit of a rough place.
Well, guys, we had 2 things on the agenda: get tickets and get a carriage. So we've at least got one of those.
Well, you are really quite. Why do I surround myself with idiots?
Mordred steps onto the Mordred steps into the carriage. Tickets, please.
Found people even more incompetent than myself.
Oh dear.
Does it look like I'd be able to use my tinker skill to be able to maybe patch up some of these holes?
Yeah, so you can give me a try. Like, you're kind of it's risky because you're trying to do it quickly, I guess.
Yeah, I'll do it quick. I mean, I gotta roll something good.
Some point.
I'll
one would
roll
presume.
a 4. I'll take a 4.
Okay, so. Sorry, this is daring. You do it, there's a consequence of harm. You won't suffer harm repairing.
Let me guess, I take
carriage.
2 stress and my fucking head blows up.
It should do.
Let's end it now.
Yeah, I think it's you can like patch it a little bit. I don't know if these consequences really fit that well.
Oh, go on.
I do have
Actually, no, I know what
I do have tinker tools with me if that.
Yeah, that definitely makes your effect greater. So I think actually, yeah, you just kind of slow down and you like patch up the holes. You spray like some you pull out some of your chemicals and spray it on the blood stains, and they actually start to like maybe it just like doesn't necessarily make it go away, but they start to like boil off a bit or something. Like you mix some strange poison that just starts to disappear. But yeah, as you're doing that, I guess Caro, as you're still outside, kind of just waiting for these two to finish fucking about, you turn and you see some blue coats walking down the street. Yeah.
Oh dear! I kind of shout to the boys, "Blue coats, boys, blue coats!"
And I think one of them sees and goes, "Oh there, sir. Difficulties?"
No, not at all, sir. Everything is perfectly under wraps. Everything is fine. Don't you worry, good officer.
It's like this is a slightly dangerous part of the city to stop in.
Don't worry, we'll be moving on in just a moment. Just stopping for a quick reprieve. A quick had to go to the bushes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me a sway roll. 'Cause I think one of them like gets close enough and like one of them, like looks like he's a sniff. It's like, what's that chemical smell? It's like, so give me a sway to basically be like, yo.
Formaldehyde. I have a.
So
I have
you so this is definitely daring, I think, because you're just trying to get them to walk off, right?
Yeah. I
yeah.
have a. How many points do I have in this?
The sway, I believe you have 2. Yes, you have 2 sway.
So I roll 2d6. There we go, boys. A 5 and a 4.
Oh, nice. Somebody
So
at this
5.
table is good at role-playing games.
Thank you. Thank you. On the best. I'll be here all day. Literally all day.
So you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position. Yeah, so I think they kind of go, all right, move along quickly. But as you hop up into the carriage, like, yeah, and move your driver. So I presume the cover story is that Donver is going to be the driver, so that he can look less weird, being kind of having a bunch of junk on him, while you two go in and just in like normal-ish looking clothes with maybe some bits and pieces stashed away. Yeah, and you reach into the dandy's like coat and pull out. You get the 2 invitations, but one of them has like a hole going directly through it from one of the bullets.
Good.
Well, this will work. Definitely. Dear God. I'm going to stuff it into my pocket. Well.
Oh dear. Yeah, so you patch the carriage up. It will pass muster. In like any good electric light, it probably looks a little worse for wear, but just maybe looks like if, say, Caro is your noble, that it's more that Kara's a cheapskate more than anything else. So you
Exactly.
toss
Yeah.
the bodies over the wall. You've recovered their invitations. You resume your journey, and we're
Yay!
so it's you kind of as the driver, and I'll just let you do it because you're I believe your Tinkus or Rex skills, I forget which one, just lets you operate those sorts of things. But it's a carriage. It's pretty easy. And Mordred and Caro are inside.
Excellent.
So yeah, you
Cool.
draw up to the gates of Skurlock Manor.
Is there like guards at the gates? Or anything?
Yeah, I think the guard strides forward and like holds a hand. Whoa there!
Oh boy.
Strides over and knocks on the door of the carriage. Invitations, please.
Here you go, my good sir. I can hand him down with my.
Yeah, so
Handle-
including the bullet.
Well, yeah, because it's the only one I have.
So he takes them, like flips them open, and then like, all right. I'm sorry, my lord, but there appears to be a
a hole in it,
puts
yes.
his finger through the hole.
There.
It's like,
Mark of authenticity.
You just put
You
your
won't see another
finger.
one of those.
You just put your finger through that, sir. Why did you do that?
well, I mean, it seems to have been
Well, you've just invalidated my ticket, sir.
If I look around, how many other guards are there?
There's probably 3 guys here, but they're all like well armed. They're like Skurlock's like private security or his manor guards. So they're all like reasonably well armed, and such. So
Yeah. I'm
I,
like
uh,
I'm like signaling like a hand down to them. I'm like, do not kill, do not
let's not
kill.
go crazy right now,
Yeah.
team.
No murder hobo. I'm like,
I hop off the front,
down
Okay.
boy, down.
go around to the side, and I say, my good man, I think we have the replacement in the replacement invitation in the trunk.
No, we don't.
I
There
whisper-
is.
I lean in and whisper, my employer is a little bit drunk. And I
He,
text-
No, there is no replacement. Oh, I'm so sorry, good sir. I will.
I roll my eyes at the guard.
the guy kind of gives you a look of So I guess Caro, you tried to basically convince him that he was the one who broke your ticket.
Yeah, pretty
You're
much.
just going to try and terrify the help with your noble stature.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I guess give me another sway.
Okay. I
I'll
roll.
offer you a devil's bargain.
Okay.
So I haven't actually looked at your results yet.
Okay. Then
But so the devil's bargain is that this guy will notify his superiors later about this invitation, and I mean if you're still going to try and get in here one way or another, and his superiors will go looking for you because he'll be able to give a fairly accurate description of you. So basically, you can alert them later on down the line to your bad presence, but you can get an extra die now.
I'll keep the rolls.
Ah.
I'll keep the 3
Okay, so
because I figure like it's gonna happen anyway. Because one of these guys is just gonna shoot them.
probably-
It probably doesn't matter.
Things go badly, you suffer harm, a complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position. So I think he I think he looks at the thing again. It's like, it looks like this has been looks like this has a bullet hole in it, and he looks over and I think just catches like you follow his glance, Donver, and you see a bit of blood that you must have missed while you were cleaning out the
I
carriage.
stab him in the back of the neck.
Good. Okay, yeah, so this is very much a desperate role for you. Give me your...
It's not desperate.
This is desperate because you don't have
He
your
doesn't
weapons
even.
ready.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
I'm like next to him. He won't even
He's,
see it.
he's
not
going
looking at
for
me.
his sword, like, on his side, and is starting to draw.
Okay, I shit.
And
him
also,
in the neck.
because it's a 1 to 3, definitely is desperate.
I say to the guy, "I'm so sorry. I did
Give me-
try."
I rolled a 5.
Boom!
Hooray!
Did a thing. Did a thing that wasn't terrible. Yeah.
Well done.
Then I'm shot in the head.
Well, I mean, So what do? You have. So you're going to kill him. It's just one. It's just the 2 of you. So you have probably reasonably decent effect. Actually, no, because your injuries from earlier. So so you pull like. Are you going to stab him or are you going to shoot him? What's the intent here?
Probably both.
So yeah, you pull your like knife or something and you slash at him. You cut up across his like there, but skids off his collarbone before you hit anything important. He like falls backwards, draws his sword, and yells, "Men, to me!" And the other two like jump forward, and you hear like steel leaving scabbards.
Then can I cap him?
Well, it's kind of I guess you then go for another shooting this dude in the face.
Shoot him as he's stumbling back.
Before you make this next roll though, let's just briefly stop it because you can do teamwork actions. So if the entire group
I don't know if we can.
I don't know if it's possible.
If the entire group does like immediately jumps into, because I mean even you can have guns in here like Caro, like you physically are able to use weapons. You can all go for the guns and start like fighting this little team, and basically that would, if Donver is on point, he's the one who risks stress if you guys fuck up. But at the same time, he also you roll a lot more dice.
Let's do that. I'm gonna die anyway.
Okay, so
Are we agreed that we're going to kill everyone?
yeah, so you two go for your guns and swords and start joining in. Is that?
Yeah.
That Mordred and Kara? Cool.
It's just gone too far for Will
I
to say
mean-
no.
Caro just sighs and sits back down again.
So so you will all roll your skirmish. So obviously 2 for Donver, 1 for Mordred, and
Mordred.
you will roll 2 dice, Caro, but take the worst one because you don't have any points. Before you roll, I would say, as the man on point, you can take 2 stress to give yourself an extra dice, but you can't take
I
2
will
stress.
die.
The other 2 of you, you can take 1 stress to give Donver an extra die, and you can also take 2 stress to give yourself an extra dice.
You should definitely take.
I think
stress.
Caro is stressed enough.
Caro is in 0 stress now. He's
No. He's the most stressed man right now. He is just sweating and his head is in his hands.
I'm gonna go balls deep. I'm not gonna stress about it. It's just 1d6 for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
same.
roll.
A 6. The boys.
Boom.
A 6 for me.
So okay, there's
2 6s and a 1.
I'm sorry to do. Actually, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But yes, so that 1 adds 1 more stress to you, Donver.
Oh,
But he's just like he goes to pull his guns, but isn't used to like maybe drawing from underneath the seats of carriages, and like a misfire happens that whistles straight past your face, and you're like, oh shit! You like cap the dude in front of you. Caro like grabs the other pistol out of out of Mordred's hands, like just dives out point blank, screaming and shooting, and takes the other 2 guys down with him.
Thank you, J. Nolk, for following. Welcome, my friend.
The adventure.
Indeed.
I'm learning.
That's my line.
I'm learning.
It's good. I like it.
I
Yeah.
frown at.
Caro lands behind you, gun smoking like yeah.
And then he just sighs and says, well, may as well. That's what's going to happen anyway, wasn't it? Let's continue.
I pick up the guns off of the guards on the way past.
Yeah. Okay.
I frown at Jamie's character.
Mordred is like on the receiving end of some scorn.
For fuck's sake.
Mordred's just sitting there, like just staring at the ground, thinking, "That was really shit.
That could have really hurt someone.
I could have really, yeah. Someone
Hurt
could have
someone.
actually died there."
God. So yeah, the carriage you kind of. So what is the next? You chuck the guns to the back and you just moving onwards like fuck it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I'm like, right, put the bodies in the back, boys, and then we'll head off into the party.
Okay.
This is one hell of a prees.
All right. So yeah,
I pull a hip flask from the.
Do you think we'll get that past security?
Mordred just unbuttons a few buttons on his shirt and just reveals that he's got several throwing knives under his shirt. So I think these are the bigger problem.
Kara looks down at the jeans that he's wearing and says, "Oh, boys, I don't think I'll be able to get in with these on."
God. I don't think my shoes are appropriate.
Shorts.
Yeah, not gonna let me into the club in these, are they?
Oh, dear God. Amazing.
Glad we're all prepared.
We go onwards. I drive the carriage.
Okay, yeah. So you travel forwards, and like, you can see there's a bunch of other carriages over to one side, and then the manor itself in front. Yeah. So what's the plan here? Are you going to go with the original carriage pulls over to the side, and then the other two of you wander in and hope that Donovan can break into the back entrance by himself?
Yeah, so I stop the carriage, and I turn to the two of them and say, "Right, you," and I point to Donovan, "kill no one. Sit tight, and until you hear commotion or we need you, I can speak with you." I can like telepathically speak with someone, can I? Or did I make that up?
You can definitely try and attune.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can ghost whisper to him across the air.
Yeah, if I need you, I'll send you a careless whisper. And you, and I come, and you can come with me. And when you're in there, don't do any of the talking. I'll do the speaking. Unless you're spoken to, you're my manservant, okay?
All
and
right.
okay, and when we get in there, we're going to start with the robot, and then we'll move on to some more advanced moves. Okay, boys, let's go.
All right. So.
Go, I sit tight.
Yeah. So
Thinking
Mordred.
it's a pasta.
Mordred and Caro dismount and wander to the front door while Donovan moves his carriage over to the parking lot, for want of a better word. So yeah, you get up to the front and a servant greets you and went, "Right this way, welcome to Manor Skurlock."
Thank you.
And yeah, you wander in and there's a big table full of masks in front of you for guests who didn't bring their own.
Yeah, I grab a panther mask.
Good, strong. Mordred, what about yourself?
Oh no, I grab a chicken one. I grab a cock one.
There's a rooster, a glorious red.
Yeah. I am the angry cock after all.
Is that being muttered as he looks through the mask, Mordred?
Oh God. Yeah, I've picked up a parrot mask, and I don't look too impressed with my choice, but I put it on anyway.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you another servant holds a door open for you and then as the door opens, there's a third servant there with a tray of champagne. And yeah, he offers you a drink as you walk into the party proper.
I grab 3 and then move in. Thank you.
Shots the first.
Yeah, he just shots
Pick
them.
up 2, neck them both, put them back, and take another 2 to actually drink.
Yep. Thank you. That'll warm us up nicely. Now.
Yeah, the guy's face doesn't even budge. So,
Yeah.
that's
Do I have any information as to where this piece of art is? Do I have any idea?
I mean, you guys probably... That's the thing, you can use a flashback for this if you want to go. We hop back and I've consorted with some friends to see if I had any idea where he would store these things, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I probably... I'd want an idea where his art gallery might be, what kind of floor.
Yeah.
Not necessarily specific location, just
So
roughly.
yeah, so how exactly did you go about investigating this? Did you try and find blueprints from somewhere, or just
blueprints.
ask people?
Just random people in the street. No, I'd probably go blueprints hunting if I might know someone.
Okay, so that's probably a study roll, I would say.
Okay.
So so I guess you would roll. Your study is 2, by merit being a whisper. You can also, I will offer you the devil's bargain of Skurlock will have heard that someone was looking at the blueprints of his manor, and you can have an extra dice.
I think I'll take the 2d6 on this because
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, he's going to know we're coming anyway. But 2 4s. Well, a 4.
Okay, so that's a dominant position, but you just want to know.
Just where I want to be.
There's nothing too crazy about what you're asking. So, on a 4 to 5, you do it as a consequence, takes extra time, you've reduced effectively when you put a daring position. Yeah, so you find some blueprints, but you notice there's an entire section of them that's obscured. This is it. You get maybe a floor by floor thing, and one of the floors is just you notice it goes 3 blank 5. Or possibly I mean probably more a basement floor or something.
Yeah,
It's just a missing floor from the blueprints.
Right.
So you surmise from that and there is no sign of vault on any of the pages you have.
Yeah.
So you have a floor to search.
Okay. So I say, well, if blueprints are anything to go by, Mordred, we're looking for. Should I just say like second floor? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we need to mingle our way with our sultry dance moves up onto second floor.
Yeah, I think this is where you round the.
This is going to
So-
be. Sorry,
a
this is gonna be like
herald-
the scene in.
So go.
I was going to say, this is going to be like the scene in Between Us where they walk into the club with
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
God damn it. So, yeah, you get to like a large door into the party proper. I think this is kind of just a foyer with some nibbles and drinks and such. There's a few people milling about in here with some large masks, and then like on the other side of this door you can hear music and this 70s forward is your names for the herald, sir, sir.
The angry cock.
He nods carefully and looks towards Mordred.
Dave. Rule 1, you never give your real name.
It's like
You actually think the angry cock is my real name? Okay, very well.
It's
no
not.
titles.
It's not. Oh.
The fourth.
He nods and then pushes open the door and you see like a big dance floor in like a very large room. There's a band off to one side and behind it there's some big staircase that does that sort of if you think of Beauty and the Beast castle in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's the big staircase that leads off to the two sides going upwards, and he opens the door and yells out into the room, the angry cock and Dave the Fourth. And, yeah, a few people turn towards you guys to see as you both stride in, and yeah, there's a big dance floor in front of you, and to you, Karen, no sign of Lord Skurlock himself, but a lot of nobles you probably can't necessarily recognize all of them because everyone's in masks, but a few people you're like, oh, I know who you are. There's that an old
It's
friend of
Dave the
yours who-
Third.
yeah, always wears the same masks to all of these things.
Such a
that-
loser.
Yeah. None of whom would be particularly happy to see you at a formal event. Yeah. So yeah, what do you guys do?
I begin to. Can I see like any stairs upwards?
Oh yeah, there's a massive staircase going up a
Yeah.
few floors, which I think on your memory of the blueprints, those ones are supposed to take you up to the third floor. So not overly ideal unless you've
I
plan to rappel down into the floor below.
I begin to mingle into the crowd, trying to avoid any figures that would like maybe recognize my voice or paunch, and I want to go to the kind of back areas where there are less people and there might be kind of entrances upwards to a second floor rather than like the obvious main one, because I imagine they've kind of like, because it's kind of like a club, they've kind of like barred off certain areas or doors which you can't
Yeah.
get into, and so he's looking for those.
So are you trying specifically to like ask someone if they know of anything, or are you like just searching around yourself?
I'm looking myself because I don't trust anyone here because I don't know who they
Okay.
are.
I would guess that'd be a survey roll then. I do owe you 2 dots, by the way. So if you don't have any in survey,
I'll put 1 in survey.
okay. I'll give
You owe
one
me
s-
dots, sir,
Yeah.
and I will
I feel-
have them.
I feel slightly mean for cheating
alright.
you out of 2 skill points.
That's okay.
So yeah, you roll. You can roll 1d6
Cool.
to survey,
Alright.
unless you
I will
have a good idea for a devil's bargain, and obviously you can stretch yourself.
I just roll a 1d6 for the 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you ain't finding shit. So you're pretty safe at this point. I think what happens is that the guy who invited you, who I will call invited, his name is Finn Coma. Kind of like catches your arm and goes, "You made it! How did you get in, Caro?"
You gave me your spare ticket. Remember, you were quite drunk.
Kind of looks at you. I guess you kind of mask, you can't see much, but his head notices him, his back, saying,
I'm kidding.
Spared.
I'm here with Dave the Fourth.
I know. I look like Dave the Third and a little bit like Dave the Fifth, but fourth. Dave the Fourth. Nice to meet you.
He kind of like reaches out a hand to shake yours. I didn't think you'd be brave enough to come. I felt bad for inviting you the next day. I thought you and Lord Skerlock weren't really on the best of terms.
Well, past is a past. Water under the bridge, you know, all that nonsense.
Cool. Oh, absolutely. Good to hear. It'll be a pleasure to have you back in the circle. Oh, you should totally come back over, like, talk to all of our old friends. And he looks like this is where normally he'd say they've been dying to see you, and he just stops.
He's like, I'll mingle with him in a little bit. Just gotta get a few more drinks, and I'll talk to you in a minute, my friend.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Diamond Dude, for following. Welcome.
Woo. Yeah. So as you wander off, you see him. What did I just call him? Like 2 seconds ago.
I don't remember either.
Finn.
This is
Something.
the fatigue setting in.
Yeah. He wanders over, and you start to, maybe Mordred. You start to notice people looking in Caro's direction. Yeah. And yeah, then you kind of, I guess, your diversion leads you over to the bar, where there are many different coloured glass bottles containing lots of delicious-looking brown liquids.
Do like a good brown liquid.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, that's all well and good for you who likes to party a bit, Caro. But the alcoholic has sniffed the air. How are you holding up there, buddy?
He started to actually sweat a little bit, and he's like, "Right, I can't take this anymore." He notices a lady standing with her back to him at the bar with a drink on the bar. He very noticeably, very obviously, takes the drink from out in front of her and sculls it. And when she turns around, she's like, "That was incredibly rude of me. I'm really sorry, but I've empty glass. Let me buy you another one." Sorry, I didn't get your name. I'm Dave the Fourth, not third. Fourth. Dave the Fourth.
Okay. Yeah, she extends like a hand and goes, "Lady De Vera."
Takes the hand and kisses it. Devera, yes. What's your choice of poison?
Davina.
Um,
It's Davina McCall.
She raises an eyebrow at you, and yeah, I guess you kind of make polite conversation for a little while. Are you trying to impress this woman, or are you just trying to hope she'll buy you?
I'm trying to make it seem that I'm totally hapless so I can maybe get some information.
Okay.
Back into sex boys. Carry on.
I guess you give... This would be a sway, if you want to give it a try.
Yeah, sure.
You could definitely lead a sway if Caro is willing to wingman you. Does Caro leap into the fray to assist his hapless friend in his seduction / charming of this woman? Oh no, William wandered off. Ah, shit.
I don't know.
I
No, it's fine. It's probably better that he doesn't because he's got eyes on him, and I don't really want attention on me right now.
Okay,
So what am I rolling?
Okay, so you will roll 2d6 and take the worst of the two results.
Okay. Right.
You
Wow.
suck! Yes, I think so. You're in a good position to start with, and she, like, kind of watches you for a while and goes, "You don't belong here, Dave. So how did you get in? And why are you here?"
I look around and lean in and whisper and think, "I know I'm wearing a parrot mask, but I'm really pretty under here." He sculls his drink and he's like, "Another?"
It's like just gonna be, "Ah, yay!"
Yeah.
Let's not think about it. Okay, so you can try for a follow-up sway at a daring position if you fancy it.
Yeah, all right then.
I'll offer
go
you
daring.
before you do this. So you can take 2 stress to gain an extra dice, which will take you from 0 to 1. So then you just roll 1 dice and take that. And I will offer you a devil's bargain of, she will mention, like, she'll go mention this to, like, security in a little while. Once she's out of your company, she'll probably mention this to a few people of, like, there was this really weird guy. But you might be able to charm her in the moment into maybe opening up a little bit about...
Yeah, I'm going to take the double bargain. So.
Okay, you going to take the stress as well? Or...
Isn't the double bargain for 2?
The devil's bargain gets you 1 dice. You can then take stress for one other dice.
Yeah, I think it's fitting that I take both.
Okay, so you go up to 4 stress and you roll 2d6 and take the better one this time. Yeah, you are. By the way, you can just press up
Fail.
and cycle through things you previously typed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
3.
damn. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. So a 3 on a daring roll. Things go badly. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, or you end up in a desperate position. Yeah, so I think you get a little bit overbearing with it, and you grab her hand, and she like tears it away and stumbles into some guy, and he like whirls like, "Are you harassing the Lady de Vera, sir?" And he like strides forwards, and she kind of like, "This uncouth gentleman dared to presume that he was allowed to touch me." Yeah, Caro, you kind of turn around to the bar.
Yeah, I've
to
been
see
drinking.
there are like 3 empty glasses by the side of
Nice.
Mordred.
She's done well.
And, like, this man has interposed himself between him and this lady, and is like they're both glaring daggers at him. You are now in the decidedly desperate position. What do you guys do?
Quick shout out to Corvus117 for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. So I kind of step in here and I say, Dave. Oh, Dave. Not this guy. I say, my lady. And I go to take her hand and bow and like kiss it. And I say, hey, my profuse apologies, my lady. Dave here, well, he, for a incredibly rich and powerful baron, he does overstep the mark every now and again.
This man is no baron. His manners do not hold up to even
Well,
Outlanders levels.
he is the black sheep of the family, milady. I'm sure you understand. He's something of the rebellious type. We try to keep him away from situations such as this. He's unaccustomed to women as beautiful as yourself.
Mordred's nodding along while subtly trying to reach across the bar for both his and Davina's drink.
The new
and
order's
head
arrived, and
towards
you're like
him.
leaning around Caro.
Yeah.
So I think this is a sway.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sway. You are in a desperate position because of Mordred having fucked up. So yeah.
So I have 2 dice normally. Does
You have
the
2
fact...
dice.
Yeah.
You can take stress, 2 stress for a 3rd dice. If you could think of a good devil's bargain, you could take one of them and have another dice again.
I will
No,
take 2 stress.
Okay, I will mark 2 stress on my little tracker
By the way,
and roll 3d6.
By the way, because
Yeah.
I came into this place with 2d6 and I've now sculled a few drinks, has my stress gone down as it's my vice?
No, that requires more concentrated drinking.
I got
Less-
Oh, okay.
I got a 6.
Oh, good thing you took that stress, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 6 on a desperate position. You do it. Yeah. So you managed to get them to back down. I think she. Yeah, it's the original thing that led to this desperate position was he was still trying to figure out like, please. She so you should find him a quiet room. I believe I saw some. She kind of like indicates a hallway. I believe there were some dark corners you could stash this rude little man. And she storms away.
Of course, my lady, of course. My bows and
Yeah.
apologies. And thank you, Zangderp, for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend.
Yeah, so she just flicks her hand at some corridor that you could probably, some darkened hallway that leads off away from the party.
Yeah.
And isn't. Yeah, so we'll just cut away from this briefly and
Yeah.
To
Hello.
our friend the leech outside Donver. You're now just sitting there with a bag of guns and swords in the back, like the back seat of the carriage.
Yep.
And you're just there. And I think you just like the electric lights, like there's street lights going on the drive, and you see over at the gate, you see some very small figures in blue just like arrive and like start like kind of looking around.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And one of them kind of like looks up. You see like almost just this in the distance. And he looks up towards the house. Yeah. What's your plan?
Wait, I see what? Sorry.
So down at the gate, you see. I think
I
first
see
you
that
saw-
you said. Oh, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
My brain.
So
my brain
first you
got
saw
very
like a
confused.
carriage pull up, and people kind of like get out and look around, and then some figures in blue, like bright blue coats underneath the electric lights,
Okay.
we're
good.
got up and we're talking to them.
That's very good. Yeah. Do they seem to pay any attention to this carriage in particular that I'm in?
I mean, they're quite a distance away yet, and you're kind of in a dark, like there's lights, but it's nowhere near the bright, shining beacon that is the main house. So you've got a little while before they necessarily get to you, but you may want to take action before they do.
I certainly make sure every gun in the carriage is loaded.
Yeah, no, yeah, you but yeah, I think it's a thing of those guys are going to head to the house because, if nothing else, they've noticed there are no guards at the gate of a very fancy mansion. Someone will bring the bluecoats are going to bring this up at the house.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you have a planned way in? Because you've studied blueprints of most of the floors, so you can use flashback to say you have like a window into a pantry or something that you.
Yeah, we'll go that. It's just like a side room window. I probably with the blue coats, I probably wait for them to get a little bit closer as they head towards the door, and then I call out for help. Say, officers over here, help!
Okay.
I have a pistol in each hand, hidden out of sight.
You're gonna. So there's like 4 of these guys, and they
I thought there were 2. Sorry.
No, there's a good few of them by the time they actually are coming into focus, alongside like a carriage filled with other people. May include some more guards, which you did so well against last time.
I say nothing and lay low in the carriage and watch.
Yeah. Well, you can try and sneak into your like little entrance and see if you can catch up with the others if you want. That would be a very reasonable use of the prowl skill.
Yeah, that sounds better actually, because otherwise I'm just gonna die.
Cool.
Yeah, I will head towards my window around the back.
Okay. So you can't stress because it'll actually knock you out.
I did that earlier.
But you can, if you could think of a good devil's bargain for this, you could get an extra die from your prowl, for this prowl. Trying to think of something.
Fuck it, I'll go for it normally.
Okay, 1d6 then.
Only one.
Only one for your prowl.
Here we go, the boys. 6.
Boom! So yeah, it is definitely risky. Like you're in a daring position, but you, quiet as a mouse, carrying your like kind of large bag of guns and swords, sneak over, wrap like some cloth around your hand, punch this like little window out into this basement, and slip in, unseen. Yeah, you are in the house. And I think you maybe get up to like the door and you hear the voices of Caro and Dave the Fourth.
I'm saying thank you, Nazoo, for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. That's what you hear me say.
Yeah, you guys are like just ducking down, like I think just ducking down that little corridor, and this little and talking, and you can hear just the sound of maybe Caro's voice in the distance.
Yeah, I am. Is there like a keyhole to look through?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I look through the keyhole.
Yeah, you can't really see much, and this corridor isn't lit at the moment. But you see, I think maybe just a little bit of movement on the side, maybe some servants or something. And yeah, Kara's voice getting a bit louder as I presume you guys are wandering down this corridor, or should I?
Yeah, we'd be wandering. Yeah, no, we'd be going down this dark corridor.
Cool.
This dark corridor.
Wait for them to get a bit closer, and then I open the door and step out.
Yeah. So you are reunited in the house with the bag of guns. So you all like bump into each other.
Good.
What do you say/do?
Oh
Say,
God,
I've
it's
seen
you.
you.
Didn't I tell you to wait in the carriage?
Yes, there's a lot of blue coats outside, mate.
Right. Well, now that you're here, you may as well make yourself useful and scout ahead, see if we can reach the 2nd level, which there are no blueprints for, and if we can find this piece of art, get out of here.
Okay. Is there a stairway up there that you know of?
No, go have a look. I'll keep an eye out
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
I go and try and find a staircase that I don't remember from the blueprints.
Well, this thing of there was no like on the blueprints there was no 2nd floor, so you guys have made the
Yeah, that's
assumption that it's going that the vault is going to be on there because I mean, why leave our
Yeah,
floor?
that's what I mean. Because obviously, I'd know where the staircases are from the blueprints, so I will find one that isn't on the blueprints, because that will lead to the second floor.
Cool.
Is
Yeah.
my
Okay. So you start scanning around. Do you guys just pull your weapons and such out of this bag?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so you guys are loading up. And
I grab out.
preparing.
I take my like cane, which has got like a sword inside of it.
I think that was wasn't that?
Yeah,
your
I've
friend's-
nicked. I've taken it off him because he's dead now or gone.
Yeah. So like you pull out Arlo's old cane and you're just like, oh. It was a mini emotional moment.
Yeah. It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you find a staircase that like a little kind of a servant's one that seems to have a landing on it, and as you like pop your head back out to tell these two, I think Mordred, you just turn into the party and you see the Lady Devira pointing to rather like a group of people over towards you, and two of them like look rather concerned, and one of them snaps his fingers and a servant like pops up next to him, and yeah, they all kind of stare towards you. It may be time to move.
Dave,
Yes.
I think it's time we make ourselves scarce. To the second level. Fall back to the second level.
Get the women and children out.
Get them out.
Hi, boss. Let's go.
Yeah, I start like scurrying as fast as my podgy little body can take me.
Yeah. So you guys, you get to the staircase and start taking them two at a time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get to the second floor. And I think there's a door leading out to the second floor on this stairway. And yeah, it's the plan to just burst your way in, or
Pretty much because we feel like we're in hot pursuit, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
blue coats and people who've seen your faces and know
Yeah.
you're a bit out of place. Yeah.
Still wearing
they
the
haven't seen
anchor
our
collar.
faces. They've seen our masks.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to switch masks, but we never got the opportunity.
So yeah, you burst in through this door, and yeah, this place is like, it's kind of got almost imagine sort of hospital lighting,
Mm.
Yeah.
like as opposed to kind of the nice bright electric lights down below that are meant to create a nice atmosphere. This place is close to kind of like a horror movie hospital lighting of like it's very
good.
clinical. There's nothing unnecessary about it. This place is a lot less decorated. And yeah, I think you hear at the end of the corridor. Oh no, you see. Sorry, like no, it's probably you hear like weapons clinking or like a sword belt clinking as at the end of the corridor. And yeah, you have a split second to react.
I point and kind of give the kind of hand across throat motion. Quiet,
Oh.
if possible, please.
Is that
Okay.
is this down the way we need to go, or from behind
Yeah,
us?
well, you don't really know. This floor is unknown, so you've got to search this floor for the vault, get into the vault, get the thing, and get out. Is the rest of this
Okay.
operation?
I start sneaking towards the sounds of weapons being prepared.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess give me a team prowl. Who's leading
Team
the
prowl.
sneaking?
I've got one prowl.
I think
fair.
I've got one prowl.
I
The
don't think-
person you take the highest of all the dice results, so you don't necessarily want the person with the best prowl. You want the person who can afford to take the stress when someone mucks up.
I don't
Not
have. I don't
me.
think I have any prowl.
I can take the stress,
Okay.
and I have
so,
one prowl.
Okay, so everyone can take their normal prowl, so that's one for both Mordred and Donva, and so Caro, you will roll
Roll
two
a 6.
dice. You will roll 2 dice and take the worst one.
Okay. Rolling at disadvantage. In that case, I'll get a 4.
It's not bad. And Jamie, 1d6.
Just
for you.
1d6.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Okay. You take a stress for being crappy yourself.
Yeah, my ego's deflating rapidly.
Yeah, but you're in you get into ambush positions as these two guys round the corner, just kind of chatting quietly. Yeah, one of them's like, "Ugh, we never get the good jobs," trolling the bloody quiet floor while there's a nice party on downstairs. The other one kind of looks at him. It's like, yeah, don't hear the Lord hear you complaining about this. This place is important to him. Yeah.
I shoot them with the dart gun.
All right, it's time to go. So I guess that's probably a skirmish. So yeah, lead the skirmish as you all pop out and start murdering. You still have 1 dot left, by the way, Kara. So at any point, if you want to be like, I
Okay.
want to be good at this, let me know. So yes, everyone roll your skirmish. So that's
Got a 4.
okay. For you, actually, you don't take that stress. You don't take it when you roll badly. You only take it when other people roll badly. So Mordred got a 6, and then 2 dice, and the worst one.
Oh, okay. A 6 and a 4, so a 4.
Okay, so you take no stress. Good for you, Donla.
Hey.
And yeah, you all pop out. You got the surprise. You've got people who are very potent with the weapons they're using. You've got a slight advantage in numbers, and yeah, there's a short scuffle. I think you hop up and poke like 2 darts into this one guy, and his like just collapses and starts clawing at his chest. And then his neck as he realizes he can't breathe as you've injected him with ungodly poisons. Mordred and like Caro pops up and like kicks the guy in the side of the leg. He like collapses to the ground as Mordred runs forward and like punches him and then just stabs him as he falls over. And yeah, you've successfully taken these 2 guards out. In the very long distance, you hear the bong as the
There's a bong.
yeah, as the bell of the
Fetch
Spirit
me the bong,
Wardens-
Dave.
The bell of the Spirit Wardens rings. So yeah, the thing I should have mentioned earlier, but whenever someone dies, because ghosts are very much a thing here, bodies that you leave around, the ghosts will eventually rise and seek vengeance or whatever. But whenever someone dies, there's a great bell in the Tower of the Spirit Wardens that rings, and a bird is dispatched, who will slowly circle the area of the dead person and contract inwards. And the Spirit Wardens will be dispatched to burn their body so that they don't come back and terrorize everything and make ghouls and vampires and things. So the more people you kill, the more attention you will eventually draw. But I mean, you've got a solution for attention at the for drawing, I guess, diverting the Spirit Wardens, which is Caro. But yeah,
Hello.
so yes, you kill these guys, and I guess you've got kind of free reign to try and explore this floor for a while.
I'm gonna go and say, spread out. We need to find out where this piece of art is and get it out of here as quickly as possible.
Okay. Yeah, so you begin to like spread out across this floor.
It's
What's
like a survey, do you say?
I guess this would be a survey, wouldn't it? Yeah.
We need to take a survey.
Yeah, so I guess you're kind of leading. You're on point for this team survey of this floor.
Mhm.
So yeah, you roll 2 dice, and I
Hello,
think
sir. Have you seen a piece of artwork in the area? Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so you roll 2.
a good
Mordred rolls
survey.
1.
I take
And-
2 and take the last.
Yes.
It's a 4.
It's a 5.
Boom, boom.
I raise you your 4.
And Mordred, you roll 1 dice.
GG41 says, "Yo guys, I want to play D&D. What do I need to get started?" Well, the player's handbook is a good start.
That is pretty handy.
We're giving away a copy. Exclamation point giveaway, and you can win a copy of this player's handbook here.
Okay. So you're trying to find suspicious rooms. You killed the guards on the floor, so you've got a reasonable amount of time to do this. You've got a 5 as your result. You took 1 extra stress, by the way, Caro, because of the 2 that was rolled.
God damn it, Jamie.
Okay.
Thanks, GG, for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend.
You do it, but there's a consequence. So you can take, like, you don't find it quickly, but if you can, so I give it this. You can like take a bunch of extra time to survey it, or you can try and get kind of. You guys are all sneaking around, being very quiet, avoiding any notice, and you're not finding it. So you can either go fast, and re-roll on a daring attempt, or you can like just take your sweet time, be professional and survey. But then again, I mean, you've got a lot of things ticking away downstairs. that might catch up with you if you.
I'll go for the fast, I
Mm.
guess.
Okay,
because
so
speed
everyone,
is of the essence.
yeah, everyone re-roll.
5.
Good start.
6.
5. Okay, yeah. So that
Nice
is
one,
a
boys.
success. So yeah, you will break cover and you start running around, and Caro like kicks open a door, and yeah, inside you see this this room, and it reminds you kind of the one you found the spirit anchor in. Of it's again, it's very sterile white. This one's electrically lit, and there's lots of kind of these pillars been carved with runes and things around the side, the circle of the room, and in the middle of it, a plinth on top of which sits a bust, like a marble statue head of this woman. And yeah, you the other two of you, I guess you say something, and the other two catch up to you.
Yeah. Over
Yeah,
here, look.
This would appear to be the item in question.
Right. Who's good at carrying things? Actually, I'll take it. I try and grab it, and
So yeah, you walk up, and like as I say, there's this like square on each corner. There's these like pillars of dark stone with these symbols carved into them.
Oh, God.
And in the middle of it is the plinth holding this thing.
So what I do is I go cut off someone's head and then quickly like swap it over like in the Indiana Jones style.
So you're gonna go back and cut one of these guards' heads.
Yeah,
off.
no, I turn around and say, bring me a head. I have an idea. Bring out your heads. And I imagine one of the boys goes
Yeah.
and
I go and behead a corpse and
gives me a head, and
bring
then
you
I
its dripping with blood.
and then I go, thank you, I suppose. And then I grab it, and then I try and do the whole switcheroo thing like in Indiana Jones. Aha! Just as it
Yeah.
explodes in my hands.
Mordred Mordred pulls out one of his knives and just starts carving the word thanks into the corpse's head.
Oh
It's
god.
only polite.
Yeah, you know, it'd be so rude to just steal and run. Yeah. So you manage to switch them, and yeah, there's no immediate like boulders drop from the ceiling or giant alarms go off.
Surrounded by tribesmen.
But yeah, you replace the thing. And Mordred like steps up and carves "thank you" into the forehead, and you're holding this like this bust of a woman. And I think
She's
you
busty.
as a learned man recognize
Yeah.
this to be from probably history studies when you were a kid, as this is an empress by the name of Arthur, who was like 500 years old, and
Hello, Arthur.
not much was thought to have survived her reign, but except for a few pictures, and
This
this
is-
thing probably pretty damn rare.
This is Queen Arthur of Camelot. Anyway, you wouldn't understand. Come with me. We need to get out of here as quickly as possible before we're all killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 pistols out. I'm going with.
Yeah, so here's the thing. You step across the perimeter of the 4, like,
Oh
pillars.
no, we stepped out of the seal. The floor starts to come in. The blonde German girl falls down. I can
and you
almost reach
hear,
it
like,
into.
a noise of, like, grating stone, and you look down, and this bust has gone from, like, the kind of demure, like, or regal expression it had, and it looks like she's screaming in agony or panic.
So sorry, Arthur.
I take out like a cloth and I just put it over her face.
Yeah.
That'll do. Add the
so
hypnolink quick.
So I think this is, you are now, like,
Why don't we
you
date
sense,
rape
I
a
think, in
statue?
the perimeter, like all of you actually can see this because of your thief crew benefit. You see, actually, no, you hear like this shrill noise in your ears, and you need to resist, or possibly not, but like the ghostly possession of this item is going to try and like knock
dear.
you out. So you can resist this by rolling 2d6 and you subtract the highest result from your. Sorry, it's not 2d6. It would be your. Let me remember the name of the stat. Your resolve. You would have 3d6 to roll. And you would roll 3d6 and subtract that number from 6 stress, the highest number from 6 stress, and you can try and resist the effects of this. Or you can try and like lean into it and see if you can't attune and overpower it or something like that. Or you can basically resisting it is just tanking this.
Yeah.
Or you can try and like go mano a mano with a ghost?
I'll I'll go for the ghost because it's all about taking the risk.
Cool, cool. So yeah, what is your plan? Do you
gonna
just
attune.
throw it and hit it with lightning, or are you going to try and Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, gonna throw it up, hit it with my lightning, which these guys probably haven't seen before, but they've heard about or heard me talking about.
They saw a storm just hovering over Crowsfoot. Yeah. Okay. So try a tuning. Let's see how that goes.
Do I have 2?
You have 2 there. You
Cool.
can again, as always, stretch yourself for extra dice or da 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 da.
Thank you, Lucio79 for following. We are 2 followers away from a viewer decision, everybody. So get following if you haven't already. And I roll a 5.
Okay.
Well
So
done.
5. This is probably daring, I should have said. So you're trying to like overpower this ghost and make it behave, essentially.
bend to my will, Arthur.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this like spirit within this like you kind of grip it and it starts like vibrating in your hands, and like you guys actually see the stone moving, like kind of like a person shaking its head as if trying to get away. But you manage to like force it down and make it behave. But Mordred, you turn around and standing at the door, there's a very like this man might be 7 feet tall, like jet black hair like falling to the side of his face in like a really a very fancy looking long coat underneath like a morning suit, and his eyes are just like jet black and like almost like you can see them moving like just kind of eddies in a pool of like oil almost, and he regards you and goes, "I believe that is mine."
No, I don't think it is. Thank you, Nexura, for following. We're 1 off, boys.
Oh god.
Oh,
Straight
I know
to
who you
the
are.
gates.
I'm gonna guess you're Skurlock, right?
Well deduced.
This is Dave.
Fantastic. Right, this is your party.
Sorry
Yeah.
about Dave.
I shoot him.
He kind of you're
Shoot
gonna...
him straight in the face.
So this you guys don't necessarily know
Most
this,
interactive
but
player.
this is desperate because this guy is scary as fuck. You are fighting someone pretty.
I simply don't care. Pistols, bang.
All right, give me that skirmish. Does everyone else
No.
join in this?
No,
no,
I'm
it's-
running. I'm running with the bust. I'm going.
He's
Okay.
not gonna let us get away with this.
So yeah,
It's a
Mordred-
3. No boys.
Oh my
But,
god.
But I have a flashback, and I actually shot this man earlier.
This guy actually already came in,
Yep.
killed the owner, and then took his stuff. Yeah. So
Have
you
taken
pull your
one stress. Good day, sir.
you pull a gun and like fire, and he just flicks his hand, and like the bullet like freezes into a chunk of ice, encases it in the air, and then he just swats it down into the ground as it comes towards him.
Well, that's
Um,
not fair at all.
Yeah, welcome to vampires. Yeah, so you see as he does this, like his skin like grows even paler, and you can see his blood vessels like black against the white of his skin, the sickly pallor standing out. And he did you say you were trying to run past him out of the door, Kara?
Yeah, I'm running with this bust. I'm just going out there.
Yeah, so he leaps at you.
Mhm. Oh, we've done it, boys! Jonathan the Black.
Please,
All right.
viewer
Thank you for
decision-
following.
Viewer decision save me.
All right.
So, boys, what's going to happen is you guys are going to throw us 4 or 5 suggestions in chat as to what happens next in this game. We're going to get a straw poll together. You guys get to vote on it and decide what happens next in this adventure. So, Finn, do you want to set the setting for them, just in case people just arrived?
Yeah, okay, so if you have just arrived or a new follower or whatever of these lists, they are attempting to steal a ghostly possessed sculpture of an empress from the empire they live in's history. Very valuable, from a lord who also just so happens to be a powerful vampire. They are currently trying to get past the vampire who's standing in the doorway and proceeded to deflect bullets with his mind. Yeah.
So, what happens next?
Some
And-
obvious ideas are things like vampire hunters arrive, or I don't know what, like the vampire
Steps on his
turns
own trapdoor.
or yeah, the floor
Campaign.
caves in and drops them all into his torture dungeon. or any of these sorts of things. I'm going to trust you to collect some good ones while I go grab another beer.
Yes. Quick.
That just
AFK
done
for
Let's
me.
do that. Let's have a quick see at you guys' suggestions. So this gets into some ideas, guys. What happens next? Anything? It can be crazy. It can be quite normal, but I like the craziness. I suggest that the vampire bites on him and demands he becomes his eternal lover. Got it? Okay.
That would be my vice.
That would be indeed.
I'm just going to hop into bed for a
I don't know
minute.
if Myth's got his straw poll going. Hopefully he does. If not, I'll make one. So we have vampire bites and eternal makes
Eternally
someone-
loves you. Makes
Indeed.
eternal love to them.
Indeed. All characters transmute into female characters. Cool. A woman in a long coat who comes.
Someone has some repressed feelings there.
Yeah, someone's. All characters are transmute. Wait, a woman in a long coat who comes up and straight up kills a vampire that's attacking them. Cool. The possessed sword creates a corporeal. I can never say that word.
Corporeal.
Corporeal, but I don't know. Yeah, it's spelled differently. That's probably right for a MILF. Creates a body itself, complete with cosplay and voice acting. I mean, the voice acting is fine. The cosplay is equally as easy. I'll just get. Yep. I won't finish that sentence. A giant dragonfly flies into the scene. Maybe the dragon from earlier. Maybe Ragmore. I'm going to set up this straw poll myth because we've got loads of ideas coming in, and I can't talk to you about which ones are going up. But let's see. What happens next? Okay, so we have
Pepe appears and saves
Vampire Bites. Vampire Bites PC makes
us.
them eternal lover. Woman in long
Kappa
coat.
Pride.
kills vampire. Sword. The possessed sword creates a corporeal body for itself. Body for itself. I feel like the transmuting into women is going to be a difficult one.
That'll be a fun one to roleplay.
Giant dragon.
Giant. Okay, I may have to slightly texture these
That's
for
cool.
flavor in the world, but I can do giant dragons. When
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a pet of a thief, I'm fine with it. But
Exactly.
it might be more along the lines of giant flying demon thing.
Cthulhu makes a giant hole in the palace. Cthulhu is got to go up there.
Definitely Eldritch Horror is very much the style of this game. Love it. Alright, have we got a straw poll?
We are about to.
Okay.
We have 5, so I think that's pretty good. We've got loads and starts the apocalypse. Okay. Stealthy dragon roll. Players portray their characters as anime.
I'm just gonna chuck the rule book and pull out Made RPG, and we'll just change game.
Yep,
We're trying-
yep.
You have made up. Why are we not playing Made RPG?
One day I will come
Right,
on a
I
24-hour
have
stream or something, and we'll just get wasted towards the end.
I love it. Let me get the straw poll out for you boys. Here we go. There we go. Catch up is for a different campaign. We'll do that at some point.
Okay. So, Vampire Bites PC makes them his eternal lover. Women in long coat kills the
Down to bed
vampire.
so I can vote.
Sword creates corporeal body for itself. Is this a specific sword?
It is apparently.
Okay.
No, possessed sword is a possessed one.
Okay. A giant dragon flies into scene, or Cthulhu creates gigantic hole in floor. gonna cast my
Vampire
vote.
Bites
Oh, yeah.
PC is currently trying with Giant Dragon.
Okay. You got dragons and vampire bites. Go, go.
I'm gonna vote
go.
for eternal lover. I think.
I voted for Eternal Lover. I just want to know which one of it'll be.
Oh dear God.
Right.
How many votes are we waiting for?
We got. Let's say pretty. If next one, if we get to 10, or if we just get to the point where
Okay.
it's
Come on,
clear
keep
which
voting,
one.
team.
We got this. I'm eating a plum in celebration of 650 followers.
You guys, so jelly, so jelly.
I know. It was only Wednesday that we hit 600, so this is fun. Getting to do this regularly. Sword creates a body for itself every time the body hits something with the sword. It loses 1 HP, making the sword hit itself in confusion. Oh, we've got 9 votes for vampire. I think we're going to hit
Oh.
the.
Yeah. I
like
think
the-
it's looking like vampire
looking
bites.
like- yeah, it's gonna be vampire.
There's no Russell Areno.
Yep, 10 votes for Vampire Bites PC makes them there.
There we go.
All right.
Good job, boys.
It's PC.
Thank you very much for everyone who's followed today. There's loads of you. I'll go through your names in a couple of hours, but
Hey,
thank you everyone.
If I get to use my vice to get rid of the stress, then I'll happily make love to this vampire.
Well, I think because you just completely fluffed a roll in a desperate position, here's what happens: is that the vampire leaps, like kicks Caro back, jumps off him, lands on top of Donver, knocks the
Yes.
like pistol aside, picks you up by the throat, and like he opens his
Good.
jaw wide, and you see like ghostly tendrils. Like he actually has
Yes.
normal teeth, but then on his like incisors, you see like white ghostly energy, like sparking with lightning, drawing down and forming like points. And he like sinks his fangs into your these. Well, not so much fangs because it's literally he bites you, but the points are made of like electricity and souls. And like so your entire body like starts jerking as electricity
Oh.
courses through your veins.
This is
And-
good.
Yeah, you feel your soul
Oh, yeah.
welling up with darkness, and
Hello, darkness.
in
my old friend.
replacing almost all of your normal things, is an intense longing for Skerlock.
I kiss Skerlock on
There's
the
a
mouth.
rustling in your
I
jimmies.
kiss him on the mouth.
Richard's gonna be happy about this.
Yeah, so I guess
Spam Kappa Pride.
he drops like you down, and yeah, you've not necessarily undergone any major physical changes yet, but it feels again like all of your nerves are on fire. And yeah, I think Mordred, you see like the same sort of thing of his pupils grow, and then start to like almost like leak into the rest of his eyes until they start swimming with that same oily like darkness within them.
Good.
And he he just goes to you, Donver. I guess it's I think he just goes kill them. I fancy some sport. And he strides towards Caro, who I think your mask fell off from being
Yeah,
kicked.
yeah,
Like, Caro, a pleasure to see you again.
No, it's not. You've put on weight, and so have I. We both know.
I don't know what you mean, Caro. And he like hold his hand up and like black lightning sparks from his fingertips. I've never been better.
I reluctantly like spark some lightning on my own fingers. Let's dance. And then we just have a dance off. I start doing the Roblox.
It's not you're not just reminding each other. You like pull the night fever pose and shoot lightning into the air.
Fabulous, darling. Since we're so Kappa Pride at the moment,
Oh dear God.
Caro goes full Kappa Pride.
Okay, yeah.
Supposed to
Mordred,
have
your
This man says.
your friend has been dropped in front of you and is turns towards you, glaring with goopy eyes. Having been told to kill you. So I guess what do both of you do?
I attempt to shoot him in the eyes.
I attempt to shoot him in the eyes.
Goodbye, friend.
Quick choice. You're not even going to try and like knock him out, see if you can exercise him later.
No, if
I'm like,
one of these
Dave,
people
kill him.
is going to kill me. So yeah, you're going to get daved.
Oh god, I'm gonna Dave you so hard.
I feel Mordred is going to go through the process for a name change after this. It's going to be Dave the Fourth.
And his,
Do I receive any bonuses for being vampire spawn now?
I don't think so.
Do I have
mean-
the initiative? Do I have the initiative? As I've actually got.
No,
quick-
you guys are both you have sharpshooter.
yeah, which says I draw and load quickly.
I'm gonna Dave you, and there's gonna be constant repeats on my channel.
Yeah.
Weapons. I think everyone has their weapons out, especially because there is an ability called reflexes for the lurk that is you get to go first. So I think
Oh.
this is very much you both already have your guns out, and it's like it's the Mexican
Sounds
standoff thing, and then you both just shoot at each other. So yeah, I guess.
I've got slash roll 2d6 already written. My finger is here. Just tell me when.
Well, before you do that, would either... Well, you can't stress still, because your body is being pretty overloaded at the moment.
I just use 2 stress and die. So
Ghostly possession is a stressful thing on a body. But yeah, you still have some stress available, Mordred. And also, either of you, if you can think of a good one, can take a devil's bargain.
I think I'm fairly fucked already.
Probably. If not, it's just 2d6 for Mordred. So it was meant to be 1d6, but your first dice is a 6. Hit it, James.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so let me quickly remind myself of opposed player roles, because I hadn't learned how to do this, because I didn't think it'd be an issue in a one-shot.
That's what chat does to us.
Yeah.
God,
Turns us against each other.
Thank you, chat.
Where's it gone?
I feel another lightning storm coming.
Yeah, but the issue is now you're fighting someone who is definitely at least your equal.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are definitely both desperate, like, positions don't really count here. Where's it gone? I know it's in here. Player versus player. Come on.
Consummate daving happening.
It's happening again, Mum.
I can't find it. Okay, so I'm just trying to find a like rules for how to handle this. So yeah, I think it's kind of like this weird, almost if you've seen the Agent Smith and Neo fight at the end of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Of like, you've got vampire speed versus the fact that you're a much better marksman, and like you're just kind of there swatting each other, and I think you get to like you both just end up like you keep shooting, getting knocked aside, and then like you're both at your last pistol, and you both get to like I think Dunver gets his like on Mordred's chest, pulls the trigger, and it jams. At which point Mordred just gets his like and just shoots you like straight in the gut. When you fall back clutching, and collapse on the floor because he's a really good shot and he has really nice guns.
Yeah, does my heavy armor? Wait, heavy armor. I have heavy armor. Can I?
Yeah, you can expend that armor to completely resist the damage.
Yeah, but I was aiming. Why am I shooting him in the gut? I was aiming for his face.
Oh yeah, but you both shoot each other's heads. You both dodge. You run up to each other, pull fresh guns, and like one of you goes to shoot, the other one knocks it aside, and you like spin around this little close quarters fight, pull away. He like shoots at your head. His gun clicks. You pull the trigger and shoot him in the gut. His armor like cracks and dents, and like it is very uncomfortable. So you like pull off the little guard plate, but you are now without that. Yeah. So we'll get back to you two's a little skirmish in a moment. Caro, what do you do? It's you versus Skurlock the vampire.
Yeah. He's like my arch enemy.
Yeah.
And
he was the one who pushed you away from your life of luxury and why you now roam the world as a street rat.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm pretty angry, and I summon a storm. This is how this has to end.
Oh, God damn it!
This has to end how it began. With a fuck off big storm.
So yeah, you have 5 stress left to call upon before your brain starts going through some serious shit. Oh no, sorry. You have 4 stress before you go through serious shit, and you like end up with another horrific wound on your soul. 5 is about the maximum you can physically take without exploding.
Let's do 5. Let's go balls deep, boys.
Okay, so you use Tempest for a 5 magnitude effect. So what's the aim here?
Kalima. I like summon down the storm like upon Skurlock and Denver, like or just in the general room basically.
Okay.
just pulling it down into this room.
So yeah, like there's I think like just lightning starts crackling in the entire room, and like these green sparks just hopping everywhere.
Yeah.
You see them like bouncing off of both Skurlock and Donver.
I
When
hope you
Skurlock
look.
like rounds on you, it's like you fool, and like flicks his arm up, and these dark energy starts coursing along.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, didn't you see the weather report?
Wow.
um,
That's like his best line. He's so
all
proud of
right,
it.
let's okay. You summon this effect for 5 stress. Fine. Give me an attune to see how well you direct it before you pass out.
Okay, so my tune is 2.
Yep. And if you can think of a good devil's bargain, you can take it. I'm trying to think of one myself.
I
think
killed.
it's like
I kill. What's his name? Jamie's character.
Well, no, you've got
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You kill both of the bad characters, or you kill just Mordred.
you've got like the bus still in your hand, and you can try and dip into the ghost reserve of energy, but you know
Just a tip.
the long yeah. But you know, if you give the tip, you sometimes have to take the tip.
I understand. Oh, I know better than most.
Yeah, so you can try and like use the like ghost possessing this thing's power, but
Am I
it
right?
can like
Uh-huh.
get its hooks in you.
Oh,
So
yes.
you might not wake up.
Well, I'm all
as
about
Caro.
I'm all about gambling my life, so he does it.
Roll the dice, man.
So
So,
3d6.
3d6.
All right, it's a 4.
Oh my god. This is very much a desperate situation.
Yep.
So. Okay, on a 4 to 5, you do it as a consequence of harm, complication, because you end up in a desperate position. You're already going to pass out, so I don't know how mean I could be here. Yeah, okay. So he like the black energy crackles on his hand, and explodes into a fireball that he throws at you. Like hits you dead in the chest, sets your clothes on fire. You like flick your arms up, and these massive like green lightning bolts leap off the two of them.
Unlimited power.
Yeah, you hit Donver, like he just tears off the armor, like looks up to challenge you again, Mordred, as the lightning just hits him in the place the armor just came off of, and he explodes into like dust and gore. And the other one hits
Get
Skurlock
wrecked.
directly in the center of the chest, and he like flies backwards. The wall caves out and like into the sky, and he like falls down into the courtyard below.
As I'm screaming and like flying backwards, I'm like, Dave, save me!
And, like you see Caro just like and just collapses on the ground on like these black flames spreading across his clothes. Mordred, what do you do? Oh, the bus just rolls like to the side, like dropped on the floor in the process of this all.
Is Skurlock like still around?
He just got
Pretty-
blasted out through a wall. We went
Sick.
full anime.
Sick.
He got Kamehame Heart, but you didn't see him explode in quite the same way.
Yeah. Avoiding
don't think anyone's
completely
exploded
actually.
like that.
Sorry.
What was that?
Anyone? Okay. I was going to say I'm going to completely avoid making any kind of shocking pun. I'm just going to ignore.
But,
the
I
bus
mean, you just
completely,
made
and I'm
one.
gonna- Yes, I know that was the joke. Avoiding making a bad one with just one that could be ignored and swept away. Anyway, that isn't the point. I'm going to ignore the bust, and I actually recognise. You know what? I can't do much for Denvin, but I'm going to try and drag.
Caro out of here. He is on
Caro
fire.
out.
Just so
Oh
you know.
yeah.
He's on fire.
I'm going to try and put the fire out then.
Okay. Is there a single skill that works here?
Finesse? I don't know.
No. No, I think there's the fortune
Command.
roll is the one that's designed for this sort of just like random thing. If I can
Okay.
find it. So. Oh, actually, no. I know what it is. It's a result? Isn't it? It's probably a resolve roll. If it's like try and beat the flames out with your bare hands, like that's resolve. So resolve is designed off a tune, command, consort, and sway. So you have 0. So you roll
I have
2d6.
command.
You have command?
Yeah, I have
The
one
hound?
command.
No, you don't. You're a hound. You have no command.
I-
Oh no, you do. You do. You're quite right. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
We never forgive.
Keep note, chat. Keep note. Finbar was wrong, and he admitted it.
It happens every now and again.
He lies. He never
Highlight
admits
this moment.
It's just gonna be a 5-second highlight.
I was wrong.
I was wrong. I apologize.
I hope this is all recorded because you could songify this, and it
Yeah.
was brilliant.
Oh yes.
I was wrong. Okay.
I was wrong.
What's happening?
This is before I go out to the cocktail bar. Okay. So yeah, you have 1 dice. You can stress yourself for a 2nd dice, taking up to 6. I can't think of a good devil's bargain, particularly. So it's.
We'll go 1.
Okay. Roll
I'm
that
gonna
1d.
regret
This is definitely desperate because your friend is on fire.
Just pass.
Yeah. Where did I put the damn thing? Desperate on a 4. You do it as a consequence. Okay. The consequence is like you managed to pat the flames up, but Caro is horrifically burned. Like he's in a real bad way.
It's some 4th degree burns.
But he's not like immediately going to die. So you can try and get out now.
I love how every adventure of this just ends with me like, all right, I'll brew up a massive storm.
Mordred's having a moral dilemma. He's not sure whether to grab the bust or grab Caro because I don't think he can grab both.
You probably could if you like chuck
got
it in a
big-
bag and like.
I've got big
Yeah,
pockets.
I mean, if I put it in the weapons bag that Dom
Yeah,
had,
you can like, because you can kind of just drag him along and like you don't have to carry him particularly nicely.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna put the bust in the bag of weapons, sling that over my shoulder, and just drag Caro by the
Fireman's
collar.
lift, or just like dragging his like.
Oh, I'm just gonna drag him along the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a
yeah.
simple person.
Down the stairs.
So what's the escape route? What's the escape route, Mordred? How are you getting out of here?
We're gonna act natural. And try
So you plan to go out through
It was
the
a
party?
huge explosion. You're carrying a fat
yeah,
man.
we're gonna get as
with a
close as
stolen
we
outfit.
can to the entrance. Just strolling through. Just like, oh, day the 4th. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My friend's had too much. Sorry. We're leaving now. And just see
This
how that
horribly burnt man.
Covered in blood and like there's a bit of brains like just rolling down the side of your face you haven't noticed and you're like, yeah. The Lady Devera like looks at you like, what the ever loving shit. At which point the big like
yeah.
glass windows on this in the dome like bursts open and Skurlock is like floating there, like horrifically like burnt, like lightning scars radiating out. All his nice clothes have been like burnt away. He's got like Hulk shorts, is all that's left, and like horrific lightning scars, and like you can still see green lightning like flickering underneath his skin, and he like points, you, like flicks his arms up, and throws these like dark like lightning bolts down at the crowd, and like evaporates people around you in like his missing like. And yeah, what do you do? It's like he's like throwing lightning storms and stuff at you and Caro.
Yeah, I hike up Caro and actually throw him over my shoulder and I leg it for the door.
Okay. Let's see if you can get out of here alive.
Fun.
Is there a Leggett roll? Oh yeah, Prowl. Prowl is the Leggett roll.
So just 1d6. I'm going to expend some stress here.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart. Okay, so you go up to 6 stress.
Yep. And it's 2d6, yeah?
Yes. Once again, this is a very desperate position.
Return from Ashes says eternal lovers.
is good,
I said
5.
that was not eternal.
Well, I mean,
Well, it
In
was at
death.
the end.
In death, they
To
will
the
be
end.
together. Yeah, true.
he
To the
was
end
ready
of
to
his
throw
life.
his life away for his lover. He just had to, rather sooner than he thought he might. Okay, desperate, 4 to 5. You do it as a consequence, suffer harm, complication occurs, you end up in a desperate position. Yeah, you like leg it and you burst through the first doorway. You're getting towards the other end of the hall. Force your way through that. There's a horse right in front of you that you throw Kara over, and you hear like this like these. The thing is, you get to the first door and like it slams closed behind you. You heard like a thump as Skurlock hit the ground. As you get through this door, like Kara's over the horse, and the door like the one behind you like smashes open. As you turn just in time to see Skurlock like lightning flickering along his arm, and he throws another lightning bolt at you, arcs towards you, and yeah, you can roll to resist this, although you best roll well. This is, I think, let me just remind myself of the way you resist with stats. This would be a prowess roll, and if I look at what stats you have in things are in prowess, hunt, study, survey, oh no, finesse, prowl, skirmish, and wreck. You have finesse, you have prowl, and you have skirmish. So you have 3 dice to roll here. You cannot stress yourself again, because otherwise you'll pass out. Resisting, by the way, is you take 6 stress, and if you you subtract the best result from your from the roll. So you need to roll a 5 or 6 on these 3 dice to not pass out.
I don't have an alternative, do I?
Not unless you've got a very, very good idea for how to dodge lightning or shoot.
What's the bus made out of, material-wise?
Like marble. You also have metal swords and things like that.
Yeah. Can I just like holding the bottom of the bag, just fling the bag upwards, but without letting go? So I fling up all these metal objects in an attempt to lightning rod.
You want a lightning rod? Give me. I guess is that finesse for like quick reflex? Yeah. So give me a finesse roll. Again, you can't stress.
So just 1d6.
The devil's bargain here is that all of your weapons will be destroyed.
But
regardless of how this turns out, your weapons will be destroyed.
What about the ones that I have equipped, like the pistol on my hip and the knives that I have, like in my clothing?
Those will be okay. But like your fancy rifle that's in there, all of the assorted guns and swords, literally all of your team's equipment, bar like 2 pistols and some throwing knives, will be gone. The bust.
And that gives me 2. That gives me 2. Yeah.
That gives you 2 die.
Yeah, do it. It's a one-shot session. Why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
Hank, fuck.
What did you get?
I've
3 and
got
5. Okay. On a
Lightning
5, you may still not like this.
It's cool.
So you were about to take severe harm. You do something daring. There's consequences of a harm, complication. Yeah. Okay. So you don't take any stress. Your weapons are gone. You're still gonna get hurt. I'm sorry. But you piss off an all-powerful vampire.
I didn't do anything. I was just.
So your bag explodes. I mean, you are stealing his stuff as you run away. Your bag like explodes. You see like the weapons and metal like gets melded into this like. They all start like melting together and forming this twisted mess. And then like the lightning jumps off of it in every direction. You see a horse nearby you get struck and like loses, like this hole just gets burst through it. And like one bolt leaps off and hits you in like the lower leg. Like you fall to the ground, your entire body like spasming. You mark lesser harm for everything you did. So you're working with reduced effect. But you're still alive. That's a good start, right? Yeah, and you fall to the ground, like you recover, like your muscles are spasming, but you're okay. And this like smoking mess of weaponry hits the floor in front of you. Caro's slumped over the back of the horse, and yeah, Skurlock is like striding towards you, and you see even more the green lightning like moving across his body, him twitching similarly to you. Like he's evidently not in a good way. Like the place where the lightning bolt hit him is like caved in slightly. I think it's
okay.
Yeah.
I I am going to unload the rest of my pistol at him.
Sounds legit. You've got a bit of distance, so I think this is a hunt as opposed to a skirmish.
Yep, so that's 2d6.
2d6. If you can think of a... I can't think of a good devil's bargain, so... That was a 3 and a 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Desperate on that. It's the worst outcome. You suffer severe harm and a serious complication occurs. Yeah, so the bullets hit him, but like in the air, they get caught in like a like lightning field, and then they get thrown back at you, and like bullets just shred through your like your pistol arm. You drop the gun, and he gets over to you and he goes, "Good night, little thief." Like grabs your face, and like lightning courses through your body, and you pass out.
Wrecked.
Yeah. And so we'll finish on the last is that Caro and Mordred open their eyes, both suspended from chains in like a dungeon.
Oh, this wouldn't be the first time.
And yeah, you just see a little man like poke his head in and go, "They're awake. Oh, Lord Skerlock will need to know," and like scampers off.
I don't think he will. Oh, never mind.
Do you have any last words
I
before we close the session off?
I turn to Dave and say, "Great job, Dave. Great fucking job."
Caro, I never liked you. Pass out again.
Yeah, we both like grudgingly look at each other and just pass out.
Beautiful. And that is where we will leave this one shot with
Yeah.
3 unconscious members, because 2 only in the fiction. Because I think James has had a little much today. Hi, buddy.
Hey.
Ooh, 6 hours of staying awake, so
It was
hard.
more the like 7 hours of drinking last night.
That would help.
I did so well, and I was like, "Well, I'm dead, so I'll have a nap now. Listen to some Snow Patrol." Good time was had by all.
So thank you, Finbar, for running this this game. Always
was
a
a
lot of
pleasure.
fun. It was.
Thank you, chat, for blowing me up.
I'm very excited for when the actual rules come out and I get a better grip on how to run this game, because it does always feel a little bit like I'm just gonna throw things at you and see what happens.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm glad to have you guys, and as well Jamie as well, for coming along and playing and being Dave the Fourth for us.
Or / Mordred.
4th and only.
Yeah.
No. There was the 3rd and the 5th. I didn't never mention the 1st or 2nd, but
No,
They were
we don't talk
relevant.
about them.
Yeah.
But we are not finished for today. We've been going for 9 hours out of 24, which is okay. And and we are going next into an Star Wars Edge of the Empire session run by Rem from earlier, who played Bongo.
Fuck Bongo.
Fuck Bongo, and
I have heard good things about Edge of
yeah.
Empire.
Well, maybe we'll watch good things. I mean, I'm pretty excited to play. We're going to have myself, Sydney, Josh, and Beth, and of course Remley running the game. So don't go anywhere. We're going to carry on as ever. But once again, huge shout out to Finbar from MathinTV and Jamie from the LA Goes. Those guys do a great session called Snowocalypse, which I always want to call a Snowpocalypse. But
And everyone
It
does.
makes more sense.
yeah.
Okay, I have bad naming sense, all right?
But go drop that link, Finbar. Go follow him over there, and you should totally go and watch Snowocalypse. You certainly should. And whilst we're doing promotion stuff, Finbar is also part of the crew helping us out to give away a copy of the Player's Handbook,
Yes.
which you should definitely.
You should totally get in on that, because D&D is the best shit. Just the best shit. You
Totally is.
You get to have stupid evenings like this where you get drunk and talk about vampire lovers, and also, yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's,
And then you can have a nap. So everyone
Yes.
indeed.
I have previously invaded a friend's house to wake him up for D&D, because he's late. And also, this player's handbook is even fancier than most players' handbook, because it may come signed by Will.
It may well do.
It's just so much value.
If it does. I mean, in a year's time, when we've got 1 million followers, it'll be worth so much to you. So, I know. Yep. And go at AJexme for Jamie's Twitter.
Yes.
So go follow that. Keep up to date with us, guys. James, you're going to go and collapse now and Finn and Jamie, you can go and get a walk
yes.
around for a bit. And...
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go play Jackbox games.
Nice.
Because apparently I live on the internet now.
Nice. That's
That's good stuff.
Congratulations.
You should totally join us on one of those evenings sometimes, Will, and get drunk with us and play some.
Oh, they
online.
are just fantastic.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
We'll,
it's good shit.
definitely organise that one night. Yeah, so thank you everyone who's watching. Thank you for the view decision. We hit 650 to see in the next 15 hours if we can hit 700 and get another view decision. I hope we can. I feel like we can. We're going strong. And
I have faith in you guys.
yes,
Totally do it.
I have faith in chat. So I will end the call. I'll love you guys and leave you, and then get in my next bunch of intrepid adventurers. Until well, that was wow. Ooh, that was exciting.
Bye, roleplay.
See you later, MathinTV. Thank you, Johnny Killer B, for following, and